Hello everybody and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon, and we're back today for another episode of Kult, Divinity Lost. And we are back for another explosive episode of some horror, some awkward boomer interactions, and drama along the way. So let's go around the cast and crew. Let's remind ourselves of who we are and who we're going to be playing today. Let's start with Charlie. How's it going today, Charlie?
It's going good. I'm very excited to be here. I did a little stream where the stream chose my makeup for today, so that was a lot of fun. And yeah, excited to get back deep diving into Kult, although Jolene is less looking forward to it, considering it was like rock in a really shitty place that she's stuck between right now. So yeah, but I'm excited. And you know, while we're here, pose with the beautiful hefty book that is called Hefty because it's full of beautiful artwork that we love. So check it out. But yeah, thanks, Will. I'm having a good week. How are you?
Absolutely, I'm doing good. And Lindy, how are you doing today?
I'm surviving. I'm here. I didn't have to not make it today, so that's good. Hanging in there, Will. I'm ready to get into some RP and play some Cassandra Suzanne Price from So Mississippi, a cultist and girlfriend to, you know, her dear Percy, and, you know, not at all jealous of a certain individual here.
Fantastic. Good to hear about it. Good to hear it. Tom, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm all right. It's good to be back. You know me well.
You sound surprised to be asked, Tom, as though we don't do this intro every week.
I know. Well, you got to add a bit of oomph to it, don't you? After you've been asked the same question for about almost 3 years now, it does. You know.
What do you think?
But yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm I'm looking forward to continuing on with Kult with Thomas, and seeing where the story's gonna go. It's already weird as hell, so let's get weirder.
It's gotten weird. Yeah, fantastic. We have Pruitt with us today. Pruitt, how's it going, my friend?
It's going great, Will. It's good to be back after all of the D&D live funness and recovering from said funness. To be here today with y'all to continue this madcap adventure into the senile delusions of a baby boomer and those around him. Of course, I speak from the central cast here because I'm a baby boomer and I'm a narcissist. So I can't wait to see where this goes, see who we choose, what power we're going to back. It's going to be fun. I can't wait till we get to sleep so we can have some dreams and nightmares because this is Kult and that's what you do. And let's do it.
Fantastic. And of course, we have Sam Paintergram with us today. How's it going, my friend?
Oh, doing great. A little bit swamped with work, so I'll be, sketching while we play.
Nice.
So Vincent is actually having his third existential crisis right now because he has to go against, like, the baddest of the baddest of the criminal underworld, and at the same time he has to reconcile this idea of dealing with something that is larger than life.
Yeah,
and surviving.
And not in a good way, not in a sort of he's so much larger than life, more in a oh god, life is awful,
yes,
and we're about to die kind of way. That's it. Fantastic. Well, those are our characters for today. Before we get started, I'll remind you guys of a couple of things and we'll do a recap. And then we'll actually remind ourselves of what our dramatic hooks for today are so we can keep in mind what everyone's skills are today. But, of course, we are here today playing Kult Divinity Lost. If you haven't checked out Kult yet, we've got a command there in the chat. The link will be down in the description of the video on YouTube. And will be available on podcast as well. But you can head over to Medifis, you can head over to cultdivinitylost.com, try for RPG, pick up a PDF or book of Kult Divinity Lost and check it out. If you've been enjoying the show thus far, then you're bound to enjoy the real the hefty, as Charlie put it, the heft of this jib of Cult Divinity Lost. Really beautiful book, really is, and we are loving it. So if you want to get your horror on, check it out. And of course, our regular sponsors include Fancy Grounds, virtual tabletop of choice. I think there may be a few hours left in the Fancy Grounds Unity Kickstarter, so if you haven't checked it out yet, now is your last chance to get in there and get in on the ground floor. Yeah, 25 hours to go, in fact, on the Fancy Grounds Unity Kickstarter. It's £350,000 raised right now, which is another number in dollars. So check those guys out. Or you can download the free demo version of Steam of Fancy Grounds rather on Steam or at fancygrounds.com. WhenAGames.co.uk is a go-to destination for tabletop war games, board games, and more, at up to 20% off the retail value. And of course, if you haven't yet retweeted this tweet, get on it, because when we hit 20 retweets, we'll give away a set of tabletop loot dice for you guys there in the chat. So get retweeting. And of course, don't forget you can donate to affect the game as well by giving players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, and worse. We had a little bit of wild magic last week to kick things off, which was plenty of fun. But let's dive into a recap of the last episode here, as our players started off somewhere in the city. We actually began with Thomas, who's been having some bad dreams. He had some pretty terrible dreams, but woke up with an invitation to Babylon, a new club from Tiffany Reader, a celebrity and model that he had apparently been invited to by his social worker when he had arrived in the town. Also, Cassandra and Percival had a brief run-in with Mr. Magnolia when they were set to appraise a certain statue. And Mr. Magnolia is a crime lord in the city, and just so happens to be the ex-husband of Jolene, who's currently undercover. But when Jolene's friend Donna went missing and potentially headed off to the Club Babylon, she followed in her footsteps and ran into Percival and Cassandra, who just so happened to be looking out for someone just by Jolene's description. Vincent, hired by Mr. M, to keep an eye on the rest of these ne'er-do-wells, also went to Babylon to keep an eye on them. When they arrived, they met with Tiffany Reader, and something rather strange happened. She showed Donna, Jolene's friend, to them, and what they saw was quite horrific. Her sort of strung up to a tree, sort of made out of the tree. She went a little bit dryad mode in quite a horrific manner, and Tiffany is holding that over their heads. Says that she wants something. She wants a statue, which Mr. Magnolia has, and she wants it back, and she wants them to steal it from her. So now they're faced with the task of deciding between helping out Mr. Magnolia, who is Jolene's abusive ex-husband who's sort of on the hunt for her, or helping Tiffany Reader, the maniac who has the ability to turn people into torture trees in her new club. And so that's about where things stand right now. They're in the Garden of Babylon, a new club, somewhere in the city, and they have a choice before them. But let's just go around, remind ourselves of what our characters' tasks are for today, their dramatic hooks, things that they're looking to achieve. So, Jolene, what are your dramatic hooks for today's session?
So, leftover from the last session, I have revealed the truth to Donna because Jolene has been keeping things from her best friend, which possibly resulted in best friend hanging up, strung, turning into a tree. And the other one, which was given to me by the rest of the cast to replace one I finished, was ask for help from an unlikely source. I can words. So, new allies on the horizon, maybe.
Maybe. Cassie, what are your tasks?
Well, one from last week would be complete a task for the Inheritor. And then I've got a shared one with Percy that is pick a side. We gotta decide between, because we've been asked to do something by both parties.
Yes, indeed. Thomas.
My dramatic hooks to speak to Jolene about the past, because she has indicated that she recognized Thomas, but Thomas didn't really recognize her. And again, to find something to help him with the nightmares. He's found someone that could potentially help him understand, which was last week's hook, but he still hasn't found any drugs to help him sleep. It's kind of a downer.
Gonna need some more drugs. Fantastic. And Percy.
That was a great one, by the way, Tom. Left over by my hooks last week were find an auction, and then the shared pick a side. We found the auction, or at least, where it is. Picking a side is one thing. So this week, I think Percy's goal is to get one over on someone today. To pull a hoodwink. He's the mischievous sort. And this is the kind of shit he loves doing, when it goes back to his estate auction sales and stuff like that, and being able to dupe people out of their things. It's just a special rush for him. So that's what I think his is for today, is to get one over.
Nice. And
Monk, that just
Vincent. And Vincent, what do you got for us today?
Well, Vincent still has the same goals as last week, which is acquire an object of power, or either acquire some sort of knowledge by any means, including illegal ones, and also try to expose the truth of our reality.
Nice. Very cool. And so to set the scene for you guys again, you're in the gardens of Babylon, this new club which has been built in the very image of a Babylonian temple. Tiffany Reader, beautiful demure, stands before you, as does Donna. This poor girl has been strung up to this tree, and it looks like somehow twisted and mutated into it in absolute agony. And Tiffany has offered you this deal, more of an ultimatum really, in order to get this statue back for her from Mr. Magnolia by any means necessary. And then she will not only let Donna go free, but she will also give you a reward. Anything that you ask that is within her power, she will make happen for you. And she's shown herself to be quite a powerful person indeed. So as you see Donna up there, you've had this brief conversation with Tiffany, and you've come to realize just what may be happening here. That's where we'll pick things off. Jolene, what is your reaction to seeing Donna?
Jolene kind of rushes forwards to kind of support where Donna's legs would be, although they're kind of bent and woodened. Sure, that sounds like a word. Woodened into the tree. Barkified.
Barkified, yes. Bark-skinned.
Just let her down. It's not her fault. She's got nothing to do with this. And she's going to attempt to beg for mercy.
Is that
someone
a
said beg for
ability
Percy?
that she has?
I do have perpetual victim that I can kind of lean into with this a little bit, but I don't know if that's gonna work.
Yeah, she says, I'm afraid that's not a possibility yet. You see, the garden needs her, at least for a while, but if you see fruitless task for me, no further harm will come to your friend.
I don't know what you think I can do. Mr. Magnolia, he ain't gonna give me anything.
Well, I'm not asking him, I'm not saying that he needs to give you something, I'm telling you to take it from him. I thought that might be rather fitting for someone of your disposition. To get your own back.
I guess you don't know what happens to people that take things from my ex-husband.
Well, I've shown you what happens to those who don't do what I tell them to. So, you decide. you know your Mr. Magnolia better than anyone else. And you have inside knowledge of his operation, which no doubt would be invaluable.
And she's gonna look up to Donna. How much of Donna is like actually left?
The top maybe 30%.
I only have 1/3 of a best friend left.
Yeah,
Oh.
as things stand.
So let me get this straight, Miss Tiffany. You can turn people into trees, but you want us to actually steal from somebody. But why exactly?
That's none of your concern. All that matters is that I've asked you to do it.
Okay.
Any questions? Thomas?
Where is it?
Well,
She
I believe
looks
it's
to
at.
Percival and Cassie. Yeah.
Well, I believe that it is currently residing in Mr. Magnolia's estate. I have actually seen the statue, and it is quite
Marcus
marvelous.
Valentine is trying to be the middleman here in this transactionary period.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Of course. You always know, right, dear? But yes. Now, here's a quandary I have for you. Would you be willing to part with certain items in order to ensure that this statue can be displaced into your personage?
What items might those be?
Well, there's a particular gun that we were told to try to see if we could procure while here. A 1911 gold-plated. Ring a bell?
Well, yes, it does. And who asked you to do this?
Well, I
Mr.
mean,
Magnolia.
you know, we have people who asked us. That's all that matters.
I know who it was, and yes, you can take it as long as you promise not to double-cross me. Because I would hate to have to do to you what I do to those who double-cross me.
Oh, I assure you, ma'am, you cannot do anything to me that my proctologist has not already done. Let me tell you.
Oh, I assure you, I can.
I'll take that as a promise.
I give Percy the look. I can adjust my scarf and I give him a look like she can.
He just kind of throws a wink back at Cassie. But yes, this will help actually in the double crossing of in order to get your statue back. But it's a nice way in, I think. What do you think, Miss Cassie?
I think it would definitely garner some trust with Mr. Magnolia, which we can use to pull the wool over his eyes and bring back the statue.
Very well. Then I leave it in your capable hands. But if this backfires, it's your heads.
Well, trust me, our hands are the most capable, madame.
Good. Thomas, would you like to come and speak of your dreams?
Do you know about them? Can you tell me what they mean?
I can help.
Okay. And he heads over
Good.
to her, turns around, don't go without me. And carries on.
Just, two of them head off, leaving you alone. They don't walk far, they're still within, like, line of sight. What do you guys do once those two have left?
I just wanna look around the room a little bit. Especially at Miss Jolene's friend Donna, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see
Yes.
what aura she's got around her right now.
Okay.
I wanna use my magical intuition.
Magical intuition. Yeah, give us a roll on that.
Cool. It's 2d10, right? It's been a couple weeks since we played.
Yeah,
Not
2d10.
crazy. Okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't crazy. This sounds right. 12. All right.
What's the result on your 12?
I get to pick 2 options. One may be saved until later this scene. I want to learn. I want to see. I want to look at Donna and see where the illusion is weakest. I want to see what's kind of really going on here.
Okay.
Like this whole tree absorption thing. It's intriguing,
right.
Cassie, a bit.
So
Intriguing.
yeah, they know when you look at them straight, they all look like normal. When you look at them straight, they all look like normal trees. She has revealed the illusion to you. The illusion itself,
Okay.
when it fades away, is weakest at the root of the tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it obviously has a magical nature, so I want to learn something about its
Yeah.
true nature. Like, what exactly is it doing, I guess?
Yeah, what is it doing to her? It's slowly digesting her.
Okay. Like, so it's a sarlacc. It's an above-ground sarlacc pit. Cool.
Very slowly it is sort of pumping acid into her and digesting her body
Cool.
to
All right.
feed the tree.
I won't tell Jolene this. She seems already rather shook. So, but now that I know, she's just gonna look in at it.
What are you doing? Get away
I'm
from
just-
her. Who do you think you
I'm
are?
just taking a little look, making sure, just seeing what's going on.
Donna, you alright? Seems like the dumbest question, but she can't think of another way to put it.
Donna doesn't speak. She seems to be able to see you, but she can't speak.
If you
It's
have
as though her
anything you
face
wanna
is
say to her,
contorted.
You might want to say it now. I'll leave you alone for a minute. Percy, would you step aside with me for a moment?
Wait, what do you know
Well,
about
sure.
this?
I need to top off my drink anyway.
Vincent wants to look around the garden, see if there's any escape routes, any. If there's anybody else looking like
There
security
are-
and all that.
Sure, yeah.
And I got, I can't see what I got.
10?
A 10 plus 3.
So 13. Yeah, there are plenty of routes out from here. Actually, there are more exits from the garden than you might expect. There's probably like 8 of them. Plenty of ways out from here, which lead into the rest of the club. There are plenty of other people around who seem to be admiring the gardens, but no one seems to be taking an overtly distinct amount of attention to the group of you. No one seems to be watching you.
There's people from the club, like celebrities and all that.
Yep. They don't seem to be able to see the truth of it. Of course, they're looking at the illusion which is here.
So, Miss Cassie, what did you determine?
Well, I've determined that this reader is a very powerful individual of a non-human persuasion.
Well, I mean, you know me, my dear. I would say she is an angel, but never in front of anyone else, of course.
Of course, but much more snake-like, bit serpentine, you could say. It's rather intriguing, but also that tree is definitely digesting. Oh, what's the face over there?
Well then, Will, I have that ability that I'm supposed to roll at the beginning of each session where I can ask my bound entity. Can I go ahead and roll that?
Let's do it.
Cool. Because I think that is... Yeah, that's bound. Just want to make sure I have this right. Yeah, let's roll soul.
No worries.
My soul is
We're
plus
very
3.
soulful. Because we're
Very
southern.
soulful.
Eat soul.
It's all about soul food.
12. So, yeah, same as last time. Actually, no. This time, I may choose one option at any time during the session. Oof. Okay. So it means I can, like, see the true form of a creature, location, call on the entity. I want to, like, look in there in the garden, and I basically just kind of close
Miss
my...
Reader?
Yeah, I want to close my eyes, and I want to see for myself what is in the garden. Like, what is it really?
Garden Miss Reader.
Right, yeah, totally. What does this look like when you like call upon your bound entity? Does it have any physical effect to Percy, or is it just what he sees as different?
He'll adjust his hat a little bit, make sure nobody's kind of looking really, and he'll pull his hat down and kind of draw his will to himself, and he just kind of, when he opens his eyes kind of shift a color of red, and his tattoo shifts to that same color, and he is seeing with the entity's eyes, unbeknownst to him. But he thinks it's just a cool thing he can do, but he's literally looking through the Inheritor's eyes now.
Yeah, you shift the hat and you hear a familiar voice say,
"See the truth."
And as you look, you see the garden as it truly is, with over 24 people strung up here, being fed upon by the trees which Tiffany Reader has put here. It's not just Donna, every tree has an illusion behind it, covering up the truth for the mortals, to the mortal eye, but the Inheritor sees all. It's like a layer of hell in here.
Yes, my dear. She is definitely someone we do not want to cross.
I would quite agree.
I would much rather fight Mr. Valentine and Mr. Magnolia straight to the gates of hell than dare cross this woman's yard.
I completely agree, and perhaps it could be of a benefit to be on her good side.
That it will. I'm glad we have one mind and one body on this.
Of
and
course,
he kind of
as always.
gives her a kiss on the cheek.
And Jolene chooses this moment to come over. How do you know about this? Can't you help me? Me help her?
Well, I'm no horticulturist, ma'am, but I don't...
I'd beat any man who said that. I'd beat him up.
Can I use the influence other move, and I'm gonna turn and look dead at Percival with the helpless victim face of earlier.
Yep.
So influence person is a player move, and when you, it's actually for NPCs, but I could use the helpless victim thing, which is on NPCs.
Because so Cassie's talking. Sure. I'm no horticulturist and interesting, but looking at it, she's kind of growing into a tree, and that doesn't seem healthy to me. I don't really think there's much I can do. I mean, I'm no gardener.
Might not be a gardener, but you know about things, don't you?
Oh, antiques. I specialize in 14th century art, 16th century furniture specifically, but...
Is that what you
have been known to appraise a thing or two. We was looking at that statue that Miss Readers is interested in. We were supposed to take that to auction, you could say.
Oh, I just found the thing. Roll with charisma. My charisma.
Yeah, my Cassie Sue, she can find you any kind of furniture you're looking for from that period, whether it's Baroque or not. And if it is, she can fix it.
It's true. You know, I can get you anything. The price is right. That's why they call me Cassandra Suzanne Price.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna pay the price one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
I see. That's a real good sales spiel. What about you, sir? Could you help me? I don't know anything about this, about people turning into trees or about some statue. And on a 15 plus, I can choose 3 options. My
Nice.
options are make someone want to take care of you, make an aggressive person want to not harm you, make someone confide in you. I would like to appeal to both Cassie Sue and Percival Randolph Stewart III to both want to help me.
Well, no, my dearest Jolene, and he kind of like leans in and puts his arm around her shoulder and does the side hug. My dearest Jolene, do not worry. As it is right now, I think that our goals are in alignment. I think if we can do this little bit of thing here, get her the statue, well then you can ask her to release your friend. I mean, can't you do that?
I mean, what is a statue anyway? What would Joe want with a statue?
Well, it's a magnificent piece of art. And, you know, they say that there's power in beauty. And I kind of, like I feel bad for her, but at the same time, just like,
Dear Jolene, I'm sure as you know that, there's definite power in beauty. Look at yourself now.
I don't know what you mean, sir.
I'm sure you know.
Vincent
Go ahead, Vincent.
will approach. Yeah, Vincent will approach the conversation and. Excuse me, I could not help but overheard some of the stuff you guys were discussing, and I know everybody has his doubts regarding going against Mr. M.
Oh, I don't have any doubts.
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah. Because, you know, last time I checked, my proctologist didn't put gardens in my ass or something like that. So, what do I think I got a plan actually here?
To do with gardens in your ass?
No, I don't want any garden in my ass. I think.
Is that how you get a green thumb? I've always wondered about that.
Well, usually, where are we talking about my ass anyway? But
You brought it up, Mr.
You certainly brought it up, sir.
yeah,
I'm making my dearest Cassie Lee blush here.
I never bring up the topic of another man's ass.
So, speaking about another man's ass, I mean, I can see why we matter to this Tiffany lady, but here's one thing that has been bothering me, and that's Thomas. How does he fit into this thing? You guys know him?
Well, I don't know him.
Yeah,
No.
we have never met him before this day. Jolene, do you have any idea?
I mean, I know him, but he's got nothing to do with Joe.
Oh,
But you know
I
him.
don't know.
How
You know
do you
him.
know him?
Just a
Jolene, we're
friend
just
from a
trying to
long time ago. I don't know, and he don't seem to know me anymore. So maybe I don't know him. Maybe I'm just confused.
Well, he did mention that he's been having dreams. Perhaps,
Get in
perhaps
line.
that could, right? Perhaps that has something to do with why Miss Rita's is interested in him.
Speaking of which, perfect segue over to Thomas and Tiffany, who are elsewhere in the gardens.
Hi.
Walk with me a
well,
while, Thomas. Yes.
sorry. I should say I also have whatever the ability's called, sixth sense.
Yes.
So I forgot to roll at the start, and I rolled a 19, so I get 3 options to choose.
Yeah, so Tiffany leads you through the gardens, and they look like beautiful trees, and you could almost be forgiven for forgetting the horrors of Donna when you look upon them, for they are quite enchanting. And Tiffany says, "Tell me about your dreams, Thomas. What are the most common ones?"
Oh, the most common ones with me falling. I tend to fall in most of them, burning, just falling so very quickly.
Of course. Well, you have to understand that mankind is powerless in their dreams. They do not realize they're dreaming. They have no control over their new state, roaming aimlessly in the dream's landscape, only to forget their experiences after they awaken. In order to take control of your dreams, you must first become aware you are actually dreaming. This is known as lucid dreaming. I'm sure you've heard the term, but it means something more. Once you achieve it, you can try to steer your dream self through your subconscious. Exploring the world will require passing through a barrier in order to continually sail deeper into your inner self.
And how do I do that? Is it a drug? I've heard a few people say drugs help.
There is no drug that can allow you to achieve this state, though some drugs can alter the mind, put it into a better state for such state.
Okay. So
all that we can do is practice the travel. The next time that you dream, think of the barrier. Try to imagine the barrier. It may present itself in a number of ways. It may be a person that you're speaking to. It may be an obstacle in your path. Whatever it is, it will try to control you, to stop you. Stop you having control. You have to beat it, Thomas. And when you overcome the barrier, however it is presented, then you will see the path. And you will be able to choose it.
Right.
Do you understand?
I think so. The only issue I have is figuring out like what the barrier is, but I guess I just have to be lucky. Or are there any signs that I can look for, or like to know?
It will be something strange. When you dream, no doubt you often encounter strange things in your dreams, things that could impossibly be there. People
like
that could never be in that place. Correct. Or places that could not be. These are the signs that something has been changed, that the barrier is coming up.
Thomas is looking around and looking at all these plants, all these trees in the middle of a city, and just eyes her. Right. Go on, please.
Do you have a question about this place?
Well, it's just like, it just seems in the middle of a city, in a nightclub, that there is a forest. Doesn't that seem to be like one of the strange things you're talking about, that I should just smash right through? Right?
There are illusions in our own world as well, Thomas. This is one of those illusions.
Right. Okay. So I'm not dreaming.
You do not dream.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well, it's stuff like this I gotta keep my eye out. Okay, I can do that.
Be careful when you confront the barrier. If it overcomes you, you could be lost within the dream. Getting out would be harder.
Well, that's worrying. Right. And could you not just, like, tell me what the dreams mean? You know?
I can't. The dream is to you only. It is not my dream. Nor can I come with you.
Do you have anything to help me with this? You know, like,
I've just given you some advice, Thomas.
I am thankful, thank you very much. That's very, very nice, thank you. You're right. You've been very generous. And we'll get that statue for you.
Good. See that you do. When you bring it back to me, I'll have more for you.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Okay, well, thank you so much for your help. Lovely club you've got here. I've never seen it before. It's weird. Trees inside. It's very rustic. I'm gonna head back to
Before you go, Thomas, one thing.
Yeah.
The others that are going to be working with you, well, they don't dream not the same way that you do. They can't all be trusted the same way that I can. You see, I know you, and they don't. If ever something should happen that they do, you question, worries you, makes you afraid, then you can tell me, and I'll make it better.
I'm going to use my sixth sense on this to see if she wishes me good, if she wishes good or ill towards me. So is she lying about this, or does she genuinely want to help?
Do you have to make a roll, or you get that question answered?
I think I get it answered because I did the roll and I got plus 15.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works.
She doesn't wish you any ill.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll do that. Thank you. It's nice to know someone so powerful, I suppose you could say, with the trees is looking out for me. It's nice.
Yes. Well, run along now, Thomas. Back to the others.
Right.
I'm sure you've got plans to make.
Yes, lots of plans. Thank you again. And he'll just head off with a kind of little skip in his step because he's made progress.
All right. You head back to the rest of the party, who were just discussing you.
Hi.
Well, if you don't know anything about it... Oh, hey there, Thomas.
Yeah.
How was your chat?
It was very informative. She really helped me.
So, y'all were talking about... What were y'all talking about? Dreams? Is that what she said?
Yeah, I get bad dreams. You know, nightmares and stuff. It's troubles to sleep, and she just helped me with some advice. Oh,
well... my dear Thomas, I do have the occasional bad dream myself. Let me tell you, a nice cup of warm milk with some tea. It'll do you right as rain. You sleep like a baby. I mean, you'll still have the nightmares, but well, of course, you got to have the shot of whiskey. I mean, you know, and then the follow-up chaser. But you will sleep right as rain, and probably still have the nightmares, but you know, you'll at least get some rest in between.
That's good to know. The problem for me is getting the milk, the whiskey, and all of that. You see, I don't.
Oh, that's very easy. I know just a place that has very pretty girls also.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I need it. Where's this grocery store? I want to start shopping there then.
Well, it might be right next to your proctologist, from what I heard.
You seem fairly
if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean.
I have no idea what you mean.
What are y'all talking about?
Huh?
Tea? What's
Milk.
tea gotta do at a time like this?
No,
Tea with
we're
milk.
doing some.
Help you
I don't give a
sleep.
shit about your dreams, Thomas. What does that got to do with people strung up turning into trees and some bitch wanting a statue for my ex-husband?
I mean, nothing. You just asked what I was talking about.
You all got some strange priorities, and she's gonna stomp back over to Donna.
Do you know Miss M. Thomas? Care to tell us how?
What? Who? Miss who? Miss who?
Miss M.
Jolene?
Jolene.
Oh, I mean, she kind of looks familiar, but I don't know. I don't remember her. No, I don't
Do you
really
know-
remember her.
More important, do you know
Huh.
Mr. M?
No idea who that is. The man with the statue, yes?
Yes.
No idea who that is.
Okay. Okay.
So let's go get the
At this
statue.
point, Damien, the social worker for Thomas, and also seemingly the chaperone for the group of you, comes over. It's good to see you. Hopefully you've had your meeting with Miss Rita. And, well, I'm here to help out. Understand I know all of you have accommodations here in the city, so we've made sure to furnish you with a nice house while you're working for Miss Rita here in the city. It's 7 bedrooms, so there should be plenty of space, and a really nice pool as well, actually, in case anyone would like to take a dip sometime.
Oh, wow.
Jolene?
I've never swam before, like in a
Well,
pool.
perhaps we can have a little bit of a pool party later. I don't know. I don't really trust a house that doesn't have wheels. I like to stay mobile, but
I've never had a pool
likewise,
party.
but I'm sure we could park our house out front.
yeah, is there a place to
Plenty
plug
of-
in our RV?
There is plenty of space, yes, within the property. Would you like to come with me, and I'll show you around?
Sure.
Oh, by all
Yeah.
means. It was Damien, was it?
Please do.
Damien, yes.
Oh.
Pleased to meet you.
Did Miss Rita happen to mention passing along anything for us to help us complete our task?
She did indeed. There is a certain gun which is already in the property. I understand it's been taken there, shipped out for you, first class, as it were. So yes, that'll be at the property as well.
Well, thank you very much, my good man.
Fantastic. Well, off we go, and there's a limo waiting for us outside, and he leads you through the gardens, out through the rest of the club, through a back door, where a limo is indeed waiting for the group of you.
Before
And
she
Damien
goes,
encourages everyone to jump inside. Yeah, go ahead.
Jolene quickly talks to Donna and says, "Now listen to me, Donna. My name is No, that's my husband's name. My name is Jolene Magnolia, and that doesn't mean good things. And I have a lot to explain to you when I get back. But I promise you, I am going to come back, and I'm going to get you down from this tree, and we're going to sort this out, okay?"
No response, but at least you tried.
And she'll reach up
Maybe
and
she can
she'll
hear.
like wipe away a smudge of mascara from underneath Donna's eye. I promise I'll be back, and you know the coconut's gonna start growing any day now. So that's the kind of tree we want, right? Right. And she'll hurry after the group, constantly like looking back over her shoulder at Donna the tree and then the grotesque garden.
Okay. So once inside the limo, it's a short drive to the townhouse, more of a mansion really, that Damien and Miss Rita have had arranged for the group of you. And as the limo pulls up outside, and I'm sure the RV has been brought along at this point as well, Damien gets out to show you around this lavish modern minimalist style apartment. And it does have a big pool, plenty of space out front to park the RV, and it's a very lavish lifestyle that you're likely to be living here if you decide to stay. Damien also brings the gun to Cassie and Percival, which is in its case. He pops it open. There you go. That's the I believe the item that you were in need of possession.
Oh my! And I'll go and pop it out. Percy, he knows. He's taken a few gun safety classes, so he knows how to work the action and everything. And I'm just gonna check the gun, just see if it's loaded. All that fun stuff. Make sure gun safety first.
It's not currently loaded. Yeah.
That's good. It's good that you store the bullets separate. It's tragic how many deaths per year there are from senseless handgun violence here in the States.
Yes, quite. Well, if there's anything you need, I'm going to be in the living here in the guest room, so I can help you with anything at all that you may require. There's everything you should need around here, and Miss Rita is very confident in your abilities to get the job done. So I'll be in the kitchen fixing up a sandwich. You don't want some food? Hungry?
Oh, I think I'm
All
fine.
right.
All right, thank you very much.
I'll have food. Yep. I'll have some food. What have you got?
Let's go take a look in the fridge. And the two of them head off to make sandwiches.
All right, Percy. Now we make sure the RV is parked in some place that we ain't gonna get backed in, stuck in. You gotta be in and out.
Oh, I do agree, my dear. Perhaps you should probably do the driving. You better backing that thing up.
I am good at backing up. Now, perhaps we should also take a look at the fender there.
Oh, you mean from the unfortunate business earlier?
From the fender bender.
We'll have a look at that.
All right. Thank you so much. She'll go get the perfect spot for the RV.
So while
once
she's doing that,
two of you in the RV. Yeah, go.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say while she's doing that, Percy will go check on Jolene.
Jolene, I imagine, has wandered into this house and is kind of wondering as if she already knows this building, even though I don't think she probably does. Just kind of floating through, and she's looking for the liquor cabinet. She knows there's gonna be one in here, and she has a rough idea of where it should be in the mansion, and she's just kind of drifting in that direction.
Yeah. Oh no, totally. There's you find like a whole bar. It's been it's ready for 200 people, sort of like wedding affair, fully stocked.
And she finds Percy at the bar pouring up a drink. Something to take the edge. Something to take the edge off there, my dear.
Yes, please. You don't mind, Mr. Stewart the Third.
Oh, please, just please call me Percy or Randy, whichever you prefer. What will you be having here, madame?
What's your poison? She looks down at the glass you've already poured.
I'd just like to do whiskey neat.
I'll take a double.
Oh my. By all means here. It's certainly unfortunate business there with your friend earlier. Y'all very close?
I think she was about my best friend in the world. For a minute there.
Oh, just for a minute?
Well, I don't think she's gonna be my best friend afterwards, do you?
Well, that all depends. See if we can wrap up this business in a timely fashion. Perhaps she will see what you have done for her. You've saved her life.
I put her in danger to begin with, didn't I?
Yeah, but you didn't go running. You obviously have a caring heart, my dear. It's obvious that you're the kind of person that people want around. So many people keep chasing you, it seems like.
Including yourself, right?
Well, I believe you're the one that rear-ended us, if I do recall. Not to bring up that unfortunate business, that illicit contact.
Well, yes, I guess so. I'm sorry about that, by the way.
Oh, don't think of it at all, my dear.
Distracted thinking about where my friend could be, and then I found out.
Well, as much to that, what do you think? What do you think you can help bring to this little mission?
I have no idea. I guess I'm the distraction, right?
Well, I mean, Mr. Magnolia does have an eye for you, and I can't blame him for that.
Oh, he has an eye for me, and you've gone and given him a gun. Right?
Well, I plan on removing certain parts from that gun so it does not work properly, because one should always make sure that a weapon is in proper working order before using it, don't you think?
I guess I'd rather you removed parts from Joe, not the gun. And she's gonna down her drink and then reach over and take whatever's left in Percy's cup and just drink that down as well.
Oh, my dear. Well, we should at least formulate a plan with the others. But I think we laid some good groundwork here.
Damien arrives. I'm just wondering if anyone wanted... Oh, drinks. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Oh, sorry, was I interrupting? Never mind. Hello, Jolene. And, Percy.
Good evening.
Well, hello, my dear Damien.
What are we, what's our tipple? If you know what I mean.
Oh, I never tip. They get paid. They're fine.
Jolene will reach over the bar, grab another glass, and just pour 3 shots kind of down the glasses for them.
This is fantastic. So Jolene, tell. I want to know you. Tell us about you. And Percy,
I'd rather not talk about myself, if that's all right. My car.
The mystery.
I left my car at the club. Is there any
That's
way you
okay.
can get
We'll
that
have it.
for me?
I'll have it set round immediately. You know what? I'll go and get it myself. I like to handle things personally, if you know what I mean.
Well, thank you. I guess can't say I think too kindly about you with your choice of employer.
Oh well,
Tiffany Reader is in the
economy. Finding a good job is very difficult. The whole gig economy and all that. I'm just one guy trying to get by. Trying to do what's right in the world. Try to march to the beat of my own drum. Very much a self-made man in that regard.
In your making of yourself, did you get close to Miss Tiffany? Do you know anything about those trees and about what she's doing to my friend? Did you know that my friend was half a tree when you were dragging me up there?
The things people say once they're in Babylon. I'm sure wherever your friend is, she's fine. I could try and track her down if you want.
Track her down? She's in the garden. She's half a tree.
I can go look for her if you want while I'm fetching your car.
And Jolene looks really confused, and she looks at Percival, and she's wondering if he's crazy.
And Percy just he was going to interject a few times, and then he just kind of saw where this conversation was going, and he let Damien just talk himself out of it. So yeah, perhaps you should go get the car, my good man. We have many things to discuss.
Well, I'll leave you to. I guess I'll just leave you two here. And Jolene, you want to come too? Do you want to double team
no.
it?
Thank you. And she takes the glass from his hand. She's like, you shouldn't drink and drive. It's very bad. She
That
downs
counts.
his drink.
True. Right, I'll be leaving then, and I'll just leave you two
Oh,
alone.
my keys. And she reaches into her pocket and pulls out the car keys and hands those over.
Right. Thanks. And he shuffles out of the room.
Perhaps we should start
Sorry.
formulating with the others.
You saw it though, didn't you? The tree.
My dear,
How
I'm not
could he
sure.
not have seen it?
well, he chooses not to see it because, like you pointed out, that is his employer. So you don't generally point out that which is unpleasant to that person that.
I mean, I know
paid you.
I'm pleasant. I was married to Joe. I ain't never seen anything like that.
My dear, just be glad you only saw it on this side of the veil. That's all I'm saying.
I don't understand.
And that's fine. You're probably better off for not understanding. But if we get deeper into this business, trust me, my dear, you are going to see things. And that's why I think we should expedite this procedure post-haste. Perhaps there is still some hope for your friend Donna. That's all I'm saying.
I made her a promise, and I'm done seeing things. And she kind of turns away and kind of looks around the room.
So Cassie... Go ahead, Percy.
No, go for it.
Yeah, Cassie, you've gone to check on the fender bender.
Yes, I've reparked the RV into an easily accessible in and out location where I can connect to the power
Good.
and check on the fender bender because honestly, I am the one who knows more about cars than Percy, but Percy just hates to feel emasculated when I point that out. So I do it real low key like. So.
Sure thing. What'd you do once you've checked it out?
While she's checking out, she's like, I'm just the prettiest little thing with my short indecent skirt and my overly stuffed bosom and just working on the fender bender a little bit. Just
Okay,
putting men to the
as you're-
path of temptation.
As you're working on that, you get that sense, the call. You sense the feeling of like the demand coming again from your master, from your patron. You know that he desires an audience with you.
I'll put the wrenches down, go into the RV so I'm not just in the driveway, and get ready to be a vessel to speak with him.
Yeah. What does it look like when Cassie sort of lets that force overtake her?
She generally tries to not be standing up because sometimes it's a bit much. So she'll usually sit down. Her eyes roll back into her head, and it's like when the Little Mermaid has her voice being stolen. It's like a slight glow coming from her throat and out her mouth as he speaks through her.
Nice. And so you feel that force overwhelm you, and at times you speak in your own voice, and at times the voice speaks with your voice, if that makes sense. And it says,
Midian, there is something I want from you.
Of course. Anything you like.
I require the angel, the statue. It must be mine.
Where would you like it delivered?
Hold it in your hands, and it will be mine.
Understood.
Do not fail me.
I would never dream of it.
quickly it releases you and is soon as it came, it sort of lets you go, and your body falls sort of limp, as though it were being held up before.
She kind of just grabs a glass of water, shakily takes a sip, and is like, I need to go talk with Percy. So she'll kind of just...
So you like... you step into the bar. Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
You step into the bar, and you notice the bar has been playing like soft jazz from its speakers.
I walk in, and I almost forget to readjust my scarf. And I'm like,
And Percy's in there talking to Jolene, and when Jolene had turned her back on the bar and kind of looked forlornly or whatever, he had moved around and like put his hand, reassuring hand on her shoulder. But unbeknownst to him, that is when the speaking occurred. And the only thing that happens to Percy whenever that happens, when Cassie talks to the Inheritor or vice versa, is he just gets like wicked, like he gets the bubble guts, and he just gets indigestion. And it's just like, it's terrible. So he like moves up and he's like, oh, and just kind of backs away from Jolene a bit. And he's looking a little flushed and a little, whatever. And just tries to put some distance. And is about to excuse himself to go to the restroom when Cassie enters the bar. Like, yeah. Did you have a look-see at that fender? Is it salvageable?
Yeah, Randy. I took a little look at it. It's definitely salvageable, and but I'm gonna have to talk to you about the particulars, I'm afraid.
The particulars. Oh well, we always must do something with those particulars. Let's
we must. And I just look at Jolene a little bit. I look back at Percy. Yes,
I just need to step into the gentleman's room just right quick.
Of course, I'll be right here. I'm gonna get a drink.
Quick aside later. Percy returns after his constitutional, and what in particular needs discussing?
Well, I had a little call from our mutual friend, and
is he going to be able to back us up when we steal his statue for the Miss Rita there?
Well,
I think we can do it.
I think we can do it as well, but there's been a slight complication. It would seem that our mutual friend is rather interested in the statue himself.
Oh hell! All right.
Yep.
Who's your friend?
I know.
What friend are you talking about?
Oh well, it's our best friend, you could say. Known him for quite some time. Go back about 10 years or so.
Yeah, it's been about that. And Percy looks kind of like embarrassed because he forgot Jolene was in the room while we were discussing this.
That's what Cassie was playing it cool.
Well, yeah, about 10 years or so. Pretty big player in the
Very
scene.
interested in antiques, particular antiques, oddities, and eccentricities. That's how we met. My antique store back down in Pascagoula.
Yes.
So,
All right.
who are you gonna give the statue to?
Well. That certainly adds a wrinkle to this little bit of a situation.
It certainly does.
You just have to tell your friend to pick out a new ornament for their lawn.
Well, this friend is rather insistent, to say the least.
But perhaps we can deliver the statue to Miss Rita's, and then, all I really have to do is put my hands on it so to speak. And, you know, I think our friend will be satisfied.
Cassie Sue, I think you're making me jealous talking like that.
Well, you know, I'd hate to ever do that to you, Percy. I'd never make you jealous.
I think I'm gonna go find out what's going on with Thomas.
I think he was making sandwiches with lots of cheese in the kitchen when I passed by.
Thank you.
Okay. So Jolene heads off to Tom. Where is Vincent at this point?
Vincent, while everybody was doing their routine, was actually checking the whole house in terms of security, if there's anything funny, any locked rooms, cameras, microphones in the smoke detectors, any funny locks on the windows, etc., etc. You want me to roll anything?
Yeah, let's have a roll for poking around, perceptioning the place, casing the joint.
And that's just terrible.
Oh, no.
Yep.
This is the safest house ever.
Yep. You don't think there's anything strange about this place? Nope.
Oh.
It's got two floors and an attic. Nothing looks like it's bugged or wired. Nothing strikes you as particularly strange. It's like modern minimalist. It doesn't look like a creepy old haunted mansion, so, you know, seems good.
So, I got us an advantage, 6 cents. Can I use that?
Sure, what does that do?
Oh, let me check. I think
it does a thing.
Yeah, it does a thing.
It's like 6 cents.
6 cents.
6 cents is the same thing that me and Pruitt have at the start. You roll soul to see how high you get, and then you can choose the 3 options depending on how high your roll is.
Yeah, 117.
Yeah,
116.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with roll plus soul first of all.
Okay, that's a +1. Come on.
Cool.
Give me a sec. Come on. That's a 12.
Okay, so 12 is you choose up to 2 options usable anytime during the session. You can act first in a threatening situation, sense whether someone wishes good or ill towards you, discover or sense a clue, or lead when you are off track.
So I wanted to use the discover a clue in the house.
Cool. The one room that you don't have access to is Damien's room, which is locked, and you haven't looked inside.
All right. Can I try to pick the lock?
Sure.
Let's see. So do I use where is that? Reflections,
Sure, which
right?
one it is. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So I got a +2. All right.
Alright, so
I got a 14.
Nice. You pick open the lock to the room, and the room is very small, more like a closet, like Harry Potter's room under the stairs, and it is completely empty. There is nothing in this room. There's not a bed, there's not a desk, there's not a light or a lamp. No one could live in here.
Alrighty. So, since I wouldn't usually do this, but since Vincent is Vincent, he wants to check the walls, like if there's a secret passage or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you like. We'll continue with your previous role. You like feel up the walls. There's no like hidden wall. There's no device which like moves the plaster back or anything like that. It is definitely not something like set up. So either maybe the room is just yet to be furnished, or there's something else going on.
Surely, yeah. So Vincent is going to close the door, lock the room again, and get back to the others.
Okay.
He will be looking for Thomas probably first because he's more intrigued what's his role within this little play.
Yeah. Okay. So you head back, and it's about the time that Jolene is going to the kitchen as well, where Thomas is eating a sandwich.
There is a complete and total mess, and the sandwich that he's created is about yay thick. It's full of everything he could possibly find in the fridge. There are about 5 different sauces on there. One of them is probably jam, the other's tomato sauce. It looks appalling, and he's taken a bite out of it, and it's all over his face, and he smiles as you come in. Yeah.
Oh, hey there, buddy.
Hey.
Miss M.
I see your appetite hasn't changed.
I mean, it's awful.
It looks disgusting.
Oh, it is.
I have seen worse, but I think I asked before, but I can't remember the answer. But what's the story with you two, huh?
What?
Like I said, he's an old friend.
We're old friends? This is great! And he's gonna head up a little closer to you. Just sit. Closer.
So did he got hit in the head or something? Because he doesn't seem to remember you at all.
Well, I sure hope he did. Thomas.
I don't know. Yep. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember anything I think it was 10 years ago or something like that. I don't remember. And that's it.
What do you mean you don't remember?
Well, think of it this way. This is what was told to me. Someone told me this. It was like, you don't remember what happened before you were born, do you?
Well, no, you don't exist before you're born.
Well, exactly, that. Feels like that.
You just don't remember?
Nope. That's it. But if you say that we were friends, that's great. I've never really had a true, real friend before because they normally try to stab me, steal from me, or just plain drunk all the time. And they're not really friends or anything like that. So it'd be great to actually have someone who I could talk to and share secrets and rely on. That's what friends are for, right?
Right. Jolene turns to Vincent.
I'm
that
sorry.
Was your name, right? Vincent.
Yeah. Oh, yes, Miss M. Sorry.
Well, why didn't you make friends with Thomas here? I think I'm getting a headache.
You're getting it. Well, actually, could you stay for a little bit? Because there's something I wish to discuss with everybody. So,
okay.
But before that, Thomas, what is exactly your deal? Is there anything you can do? Are you good at something besides making sandwiches?
I'm pretty strong, I guess you could say. And Oh, I know what I can do. I've done this once or twice. I'm not entirely sure how. But if you get hurt, I can, like, make sure you're not hurt. It's a bit hit and miss, you know. But, yeah.
You mean like a doctor?
Yeah.
Like a medic?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. Like kind of like that, but different.
How different exactly?
Like, so say you got stabbed in the arm, right? Just by here.
All right. Yep.
And I touch that arm. What I can do, I've done it a few times. I can transfer that wound to another person.
Oh my god. You're like a crystal? Like a quartz?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly like that. Exactly. Except
that
not
was
as pretty or shiny.
Oh, don't worry. You just need some polish, and sure, Cassie and Percy can take care of that. Maybe, a shower or two.
Maybe. I suppose I could have a shower.
A dip in the pool, perhaps?
Never been in a pool before.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing you now. Anyway, I think we should join our lovely couple because there's a couple things I want to discuss with all of you, right?
Okay. And he grabs the sandwich and he keeps eating as he walks with Vincent.
So, Cassie and Percy, was there anything you wanted to do privately while they were having that conversation, or are you good to...
I think with people gone, she'd be like, all right, just so we can get this out in layman's terms. Yes, he wants the statue.
I mean, this certainly is a little bit of fly in the ointment, but I suppose we can roll with it. I don't think we should worry about this until later on, though.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to let you know the specifics. I asked where he wanted it delivered, and he said, just lay your hands on it, and it will be mine. So I'm not sure if that means just possessing it wherever it may be, or if it's just gonna,
I understand. Perhaps we can try to secure our boons before handing over the statue. It would be a triple cross at that point. Makes it all
We did
sweet.
say we wouldn't double cross her.
I know,
Triple
we're double
cross.
crossing Magnolia, we're triple crossing her, so it's technically not a lie.
It's technically not a lie.
Oh, I could just eat you up, my dear.
Please do.
Well, and that's where they walk in.
Well, ain't this a lovely couple? My favorite couple of the world. So, regarding this
Butter me up and
business
call me a biscuit.
with Mr. with Mr. M, I'm sure Thomas will love to butter anyone here. But anyway, so let's get this straight. I was sent there to this club, and I got into this mess by express order of Mr. M. All right. I was supposed to to keep an eye on you two and Miss M. I'm sorry.
John.
Yes.
And you are confessing this to us now, are you?
Yeah, I am, because I may be a thief, but I'm not an idiot. Well, not that much anyway. But anyway, so
No, I think I catch your drift. I mean, after what we saw there at that club in the Hanging Gardens, one would be a fool to double cross. And he kind of winks at Cassie. One would be a fool to double cross Miss Rita, So I think you're making a good decision here, because we need to be of one mind when we go into this little thing. That way we can all walk away with all of our parts intact and perhaps some of them entangled.
Perhaps.
He throws another wink at Cassie.
Exactly what I was thinking about, but I was wondering, if you two have something to share, with the rest of us.
We pretty much already said what we had to do. Mr. Magnolia asked us to take that golden gun from Miss Rita. We have it to make the trade. Once we have the trade, I'm sure he'd be more than willing to let us have this statue, which we can present to Miss Rita.
It's so simple.
We were asked to be the middleman in this transaction.
Oh.
Okay.
We already have it in good with Mr. Marcus Valentine.
Yes, that we
So
do.
the way I see it, we are in a little, what's the word, conundrum. Dichotomy.
Well, it depends on your worldview. It depends on what part of this you're worried about. I mean, obviously, someone like Mr. Magnolia, I think Miss Jolene can attest to the breadth of his reach.
His wickedness.
But there are powers that are greater than just having a far reach. There are powers that reach from other places. I think you know what I am referring to, Mr. Vincent.
Like making people into trees.
Like making people into trees.
Thomas.
Thomas, that is a very good point. I'm glad you brought it up.
Very astute.
What
It
exactly
seems-
did Mr. Magnolia ask you to do, Vincent, once you were done checking on our friends here and me?
Nothing. I suppose he's going to call me soon and ask me to report. As you probably are familiar with, Mr. Magnolia kind of has an special interest in you. But here's the thing: how we can use this to our advantage. What narrative are going to play? Because I respect Mr. Magnolia as much as the next guy. You know that, right? But
no idea.
Mr. Magnolia. Oh yeah. Don't worry, Thomas. Just look at your sandwich, okay? After you ate it, take about an hour, and then you can go to the pool. Don't go to the pool straight away.
You don't want to get cramps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, don't bring the
Dreadful
sandwich
things.
to the pool. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets soggy. Soggy bread isn't fun for
Sandwiches.
anyone.
Soggy bread is
Can
a
we
crime.
stop with the food and the drink talk? Vincent, what are you gonna tell him when he calls?
Sorry. Well, that's actually the part where you guys come in, because the way I see it, we got a nice opportunity here for a good distraction. And Vincent points at Miss M, and that's a very good one.
I will have to say she is quite a distraction. Had she not
I would
ruined me this
agree.
morning, I probably would have run into her. But here's the thing. I like where you're going here, Vincent, but I think we should combine it all. See, we were hired to get the gun, and Mr. M hired us to try to find Miss Jolene. So I say we wrap it all up into a nice big, with a nice little bow on top, and just call it a two birds, one stone kind of thing. And then we name our price for retrieval. Now, here's the thing. Do we try to ask for the statue, which they already, they said we were supposed to be looking for buyers, right?
Yes, we were supposed to. In fact, Miss Redus was presented as a buyer, but apparently that's
It is a
something
ruse.
it's not. It's a ruse. But
Okay.
we do have an interested third party we can tell Mr. Magnolia we are selling it to.
And there it is. My dear Cassie,
Okay.
you finished my thoughts for me. So, we have accomplished our task, and we would like to set up this next thing, which is the sale of this statue. So we take that statue. Now, here's the trick. Jolene, how invested in this plan do you want to be? Do you want to be there? Or do you want to be maybe a promise to meet later? That way you are not within his clutches once again. Dreadful that might be.
I'd rather be half a continent away.
So there it is. Vincent, you can report to your man that we convinced, in fact, Miss Jolene to come back, but she needs certain assurances that we will tender at a later date. That later date being when we do this said deal here. So that way when we go returning the gun, with the promise of Miss Jolene coming home, there is no other choice but to hand over this statue. And then we have it back. We can get your friend Donna back, Miss Jolene. We can feed them a nice little line. Perhaps give him some phone number to call later. You're probably going to have to talk to him. He's going to want some assurance other than that of Mr. Vincent and that of mine. What do you think, Vince?
Wait a sec. I was thinking that maybe we could point Mr. M into the direction of your good friend Donna, Miss M. Perhaps there's something worth exploring there.
Wow, Mr. Magnolia doesn't know anything about trees. Or Donna.
Are you saying perhaps you want to try to get him caught up in one of those trees, maybe spruce up the garden a bit, if you catch my drift?
Yeah, but actually, I was not thinking of something that ultimate, but more of something to keep their people, his people, actually, looking at the wrong direction.
Maybe if I warn Joe about Miss Rita's father.
So Vincent takes up the phone, his mighty
has one number.
BlackBerry.
Oh, cool, yeah. Nice.
Oh, yes. Product placement.
Yeah, totally. So we gotta wait until Mr. M gives me a call, which by the looks of it should be anytime soon. On the meanwhile, there's a couple of things I would like to discuss. Have you been to Mr. M's house or the place where the statue is?
Oh yes, we've seen the statue. Not Mr. Magnolia's house.
It was at Mr. Valentine's establishment, is where his abode.
Wait.
Well, why don't we just steal it from there and not bother Joe at all?
I agree with Jolene. That seems to be the best option.
At this point, you get a call, Vincent. The number was withheld.
See, I was under the impression it's with Mr. M.
Oh no, we've mentioned it. You just gotta open your
Well, let's just go.
Ring.
Why don't we just steal it?
Oh, the
just
phone's
ring, ring.
Skip it for a second.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
So what you got for me?
Oh, Mr. M, how have you been?
I asked you a fucking
Yeah, you want the answer. Of course, yeah, you want that. So, apparently, your friends, the lovely couple, Cassie and Percy, has got something with Jolene. But Miss M, sorry, I forgot.
You found her. Okay, where is she?
I think that the most wise course of action right now would be to contact Cassie and Percy because they seem to have left the club together with Miss M.
Well, did you follow them? Like I fucking told you to?
Yeah, but then I ran into a little trouble with the law.
Really? What kind of trouble did you run into, Vincent?
Well, you know that following is not my specialty. Speeding, and I run into the truck, and then
if you're bullshitting me, then you're gonna pay for it. You understand? I told
would
you
never
to follow
bullshit
them.
you. I would never bullshit you. Never.
Which way
ever.
did they go?
Out of character. Do I actually know the name of this neighborhood or anything?
You could give them a direction which he headed to. You're unfamiliar with
You're headed east.
with the city. Headed east, maybe. Yeah. Direction you want to give?
Do I know where Percy and Cassie are staying?
We've got our RV in the driveway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but the RV was staying somewhere else. You know, what's the name? Trailer park or something.
You could give him the address of a trailer park if you wanted to.
Yeah. So they went to that trailer park, near the proctologist.
Really?
The guy who won.
So you
the prize.
didn't follow them, but you know where they went.
Well, they went to that direction.
So you assume the only fucking place they could go is the trailer park.
Well, they got an
You
RV.
disappoint me, Vincent.
I'm sorry, Miss.
I don't like
Mr.
being
M.
disappointed.
Okay, is there anything I can do to appease your?
No. I'm gonna send a team round there and go and find them. But if it turns out that you've been lying to me, Vincent, and they're not there, then you're gonna be in a whole world of pain. You understand me?
I understand you, Mr. M. Sorry, Mr. M.
Okay. Good. And he hangs
Oh,
up.
one last thing. Can I?
He's hung up. You can call him back.
Okay, call him back.
He doesn't pick up.
Damn
It's
it!
a voicemail. Hey, so
I didn't hear, breaking the law in your names. Well, you saw all how that went. I think it went very well, actually.
I think
you're
it went
not great
well.
at talking on the
Yeah.
phone, aren't you?
Oh yeah, totally. I've been thinking, maybe I could try this acting gig. Be seen Broadway.
I wouldn't quit your day job.
Yeah, my good man,
Ah,
you seem, or I think you seem to me more suited for nighttime ventures, better not seen, if I read you correctly. Is that true?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it appears that way, but we can use this to our advantage. Now when we go and meet with Mr. Valentine to bring the gun back, surely Mr. Magnolia has contacted him, and we can play a bit surprised, therefore showing that Vincent has in fact informed as he said he would. Therefore they can believe that their plans are still in motion, and they do still have a man on the inside. Just a
They
thought.
know that's where we were staying. Definitely
So
play as
there's
if we visited the trailer park.
And I would never stay at that trailer park.
It is horrible. I mean, did you see their connections?
Water tastes like it's full of lead. Judge
We've
is
been
over.
there before.
Just wait a second.
Yeah.
Sorry, Thomas. You wanted to say anything?
Yeah, you're a thief, right?
Yeah, I'm a thief.
We steal it.
goddamn-
We steal the statue. You tell him where it is, and he steals it. No one needs to know.
There's one
It's
thing
a
that
rather
we
large
probably-
statue.
Yeah,
How
the size of the
large?
statue.
How
About 10 feet, 12 feet. That's about the size of it, right?
Damn it,
Well,
12
pretty
feet.
big.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too big for one person to take.
So.
Percy?
Yes.
Percy.
Yes, my dear.
Would you mind getting me a drink from the bar?
Oh, I don't mind at all, if that's all you need. And he'll go and make her another double.
Y'all have no
Is
idea what
Jolene
you're doing,
drunk yet?
do you? She's working on it.
Yeah, she's
I'm
getting
gonna need to get there a bit quicker.
Working hard.
Seeing this.
Well, perhaps we should maybe make appointments to see Mr. Valentine in the morning. That
Okay.
I've
way,
got another
perhaps-
idea. We go to see
let's
Mr.
hear it, Thomas.
Valentine. We hit him. We cuff him, and then we just take it.
So. Here.
Well,
He is
that's-
one man, right?
Well, he does have an estate with security guards and the
Oh,
like.
I thought it was just one man. Okay.
Well,
No.
we were supposed to rendezvous with him after discussing the purchase price. We could
yeah.
pop
but he-
in, discuss the purchase price, complete the transaction, and say, hey, just let Mr. Valentine know we've got what he's asked for as well.
And
I don't
you
think
could
that's the same.
hire a U-Haul and drive that with you and put the
Mhm.
statue in it, and we can just leave Joe out of it again.
I think we should leave. I think we should leave Joe out of it.
Because I'm a lot less scared of Mr. Valentine and whatever security he has than I am of Joe. And I'm a little bit more scared of Joe than I am of Miss Rita, but it's kind of getting close.
Well, my dear, I would definitely be more afraid of disappointed Miss Rita's than Mr. Magnolia.
Yeah, my dear Jolene, you need to look with new eyes. Trust me, and you will see in the proper light who is the greater threat.
A more powerful person.
Okay.
I'm not
so-
trying to discount your trauma, but
So
we do not want to cross this woman.
The plan is
You don't want to accumulate
we-
more new trouble.
So the plan is you go to Mr. Valentine, you say, here's the gun, and we know the location of Jolene, but we want the statue in return because we got a buyer. And then what? Then he tells you where the statue is for the transaction, and then when it happens,
He
we
just
want the
has to give us the statue.
He
But
has
he
the
will-
statue
he's-
there.
Okay, cool,
So we
great.
can get the statue then, like I said.
Why are we still discussing this then when we could be drinking?
I am quite confused. I've already made Miss Jolene one. I've got myself another. I was about to pour up some shots at everybody. Why steal something when we've already made deal to just trade for it?
Yeah, we'll do
I got
that.
two
It's fine.
things
Yeah.
that we need to take care. First, how are we going to transport a 10-foot statue?
We get a truck. Or what did you call it? A U-Haul? Or
A U-Haul? We can get a U-Haul.
U-Haul?
Also, I was
We
able
can-
to fix the hitch on the back of the trailer, so we can just rent
Yeah,
a
we could just
flatbed
rent-
if we
yeah, we-
like.
We could just rent a trailer from U-Haul would be a lot cheaper than a truck, and we already drive
Exactly.
an RV.
We,
So I'm just
exactly. We don't
saying,
want to rent. I mean,
we don't-
Get a
it's
trailer.
money for a whole truck. I mean, that's also more paperwork and forms
And
of
we'd have to put
insurance.
down a deposit for that, and I'm
Yeah.
just not seeing that. Mm-mm.
We don't have credit
Uh-huh.
cards, so they
I mean,
don't
we could
take
get-
cash anymore. They used
I
to.
mean, Damien could probably get us the U-Haul. He said he'll get us anything.
You know, I just think we need to leave him and his ilk out of our business as much as possible. That way we can make decisions for
I
ourselves.
don't know.
You
I
what
think
mean?
that's a good idea.
Miss M, I gotta be with Mr. Percival right now. There's something funny about Damien. But may I look
Miss
at
Rita
that?
knows that we're going to steal the statue. It's not going to be much suspicious to her if we ask them to give us a trailer to put the damn thing in.
Well, that's a fair point. But may I look at that golden gun?
Well, my good man, yes, you may look at this.
And I mean the weapon. And I mean the firearm.
But of course, I'm not really sure what you mean otherwise.
Not entirely positive what you're talking about.
Sure. So, is there anything funny or particular about this object?
It's missing the
besides
firing pin.
Okay.
This person's already taken one little piece of the spring out of it just so he knows that it can't be fired. Like, yeah.
This thing is like gaudy and over the top and probably worth way too much money than what it really is. There's probably a story behind it because it definitely isn't Babylonian. So why it was on display at Babylon seems odd.
Oh, can I make like some
But
type
taking a
of
look at it,
antique historian check to see if this is like a new piece or if it's got some type of... Can I appraise this piece? I'm an antique student.
yeah, absolutely, you can appraise it.
Jolene's going to excuse herself with that double that Percy bought. Just go outside to the pool area away from these people who apparently cannot organize themselves out of a paper bag.
Yeah, Thomas is going to go with her. One with the promise of drink, two with the promise of talking to his new best friend, and three pool. So he's bored now. So he's gonna head outside with her.
What do you want me
Okay.
to roll to appraise this guy?
Let's see if there's a move for it. Oh no, roll me 2d10.
Sure. Nope, not percentile. This is not Call of Cthulhu. Sorry. Oh, no. Know nothing about it. Ouch.
Yeah, it's like not your area of
It's not-
expertise.
It's
not your
too
time.
new. It's, yeah.
Too new,
it's,
yeah.
It's more vintage than antique, and if anything.
Second fumble of the night.
So, another thing. How about the security of Mr. Valentine's state? What's the
The
deal?
security
Have
shouldn't
you-
be a problem if we're taking it for a buyer.
Oh, well, you know me. I want a plan B, C, D, and I can't remember the other name of the things that came after that.
Well,
But,
what we can do, I think what we can do is y'all can accompany us, just maybe stay in the RV. Perhaps if you want, one of us can like maybe have a phone on us that is on so you can listen in on the conversation.
Oh, and you could perhaps get some coveralls, act as if you're just helping move the statue. People, we do typically have extra hands to help move things.
Yeah, Thomas and Vincent. Well, I don't know. Do you think maybe they might recognize Thomas or Vincent since they seem to be players in this game?
Ooh, that is a very good point, my dear. You are so intelligent.
Well, I never had to deal with Mr. Valentine directly. Everything I
well, then
did was
then we should
you.
be
As long as Mr. Magnolia isn't there, it shouldn't be a problem. And then if it
Yeah.
was, you could say, you found us, and you're keeping a very close eye.
Oh, I like this plan. But before we continue, there's something that I must do, and this is very important. So Vincent is going to call like these horoscope hotlines.
Horoscope hotline.
Yeah.
love
Yes.
So, what's the deal for tomorrow?
I don't know. Let's look up a fucking horoscope for tomorrow, shall we?
Yeah. Give me your horoscope. By the way, what's your sign?
Yeah, what is your
Is there anything in
sign?
particular? What are you? Like, are you a Aries or Leo?
Vincent, what's Scorpio?
Okay. Let's look it up. Scorpio horoscope tomorrow from astrology.com.
Woo!
This seems okay. Oh boy, how do I get off this website?
I found a
not
fantastic. So I went to horoscope.com for tomorrow.
You got it?
This is perfect. Social events or group activities may prove draining, as a lot of people might want to take advantage of your talents. Your kind, accommodating nature might might cause you to try to make everyone happy, Scorpio, but this isn't realistic. You might stress yourself to the point of not caring what gets done. Be discriminating about what you commit to doing.
I'm actually a believer after that.
Thank you for calling Horoscope Hotlines. Here's your horoscope for tomorrow.
Real. Aliens.
So Vincent puts down the phone and looks funny at everybody in the room. All right. Yeah.
I like that he doesn't like Google it. He fucking
just calls the
hotline that charges him like $2 an hour, $2 a minute. Yeah.
Vincent doesn't trust.
That's on Miss Rita's time.
Vincent doesn't trust the internet. You know, they might be listening.
That's right. We don't trust the internet, but you can trust
Yeah,
the phone
Let me
lines.
tell you, Vincent, I'm right there with you, my brother. They're tracking everything you do, every keystroke. They're listening.
Totally. I'm just worried, you know, that we are just going to be all trees in somebody's garden, and you know, look at the morning and just wait for that splash of water and do that thing that fucking trees do, like.
Well, I don't think you have to
But
worry
anyway.
about that. I think you'd just be dissolved.
talking about
from the
growth?
inside.
No, you know, with the sunshine and the water and the green and the
I don't
that thing that
think
they
you'd
do.
have to worry about that. I think you'd be more like akin to the dirt that the trees taking its nutrients from.
Yeah, it
And
was
I
like
had to
photography, like they do with the. But anyway, So, if I may, here's a couple of issues again of the security of Miss and Thomas. Thomas just eludes me. I just can't get a good.
Perhaps
read on that
Thomas can
guy.
keep Miss Jolene safe.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, myself and you, Mr. Vincent, can procure the statue.
All right. So, you two enter the state, right?
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
disguise as the hired
Assistant to help
muscle.
move. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
You're the hired
that.
help.
All right. All right. Yeah, I like this plan. I have seen worse.
Well, it's best to just keep it as simple as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think we should do that at first light.
Yeah. There's one thing I want to procure from Mr. Damien, though. More
Certainly.
of that later.
Procure whatever you like. We are doing this first thing in the morning.
Okay, how do you guys plan on spending your evening?
Oh well. It's been a rough day. I think Miss Cassie Sue and I will retire to our room
Mm-hmm.
to ruminate on the day's events.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the two of them head off. What about Thomas?
Thomas is going to go outside to the pool. He's going to have a drink. And then when he feels okay enough, he is literally going to go strip buck naked and go into the pool and swim for a bit. And then I think he's going to try and find a bed, because he hasn't slept in a bed for probably over 10 years. So it will be a rather new experience for him.
Okay. Takes a wash. Damien does come back at some point with Jolene's car. Comes in. So, Jolene, I brought the car around. It only took me a couple of hours. It wasn't a big deal. Got stuck for a little bit in traffic for a while. It's really hot in the car. I think the AC's broken. Anyway, just here are your keys. You're welcome.
Thank you. She'll take the keys.
Right. Well, I suppose I'll be in my room. Are you doing anything tonight, Jolene?
Well, not really. I guess. She's like looking at the bottom of her glass. No.
Could I get you another?
That'd be nice of you. Oh,
All right.
Damien, you
yes.
know how you work for Miss Rita to make money?
Yes.
You wouldn't be able to loan me some, would you?
Some money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why not. What? How much do you need?
Oh, I don't know, $200, something like that, maybe. You know, just for girl things.
Sure.
I think.
Ah.
That's
I understand. Yes, of course. He goes into his wallet and gives you the money.
and she takes it and tucks it away.
Vincent, did you need something from? Did you want to approach Damien? Because you can see him come in here and come in.
Yeah, actually, I wanted a couple of things from you, Mr. Damien, Mr. D.
Damien, please. Yes. How can I help you, Vincent?
Well, we're going to need some disguises, so.
Disguises. Okay. What kind of disguises?
You know, like the hired help to carry the statue.
Oh, I see. Like workers, like hauling stuff.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be
exactly.
difficult. I'll put in a call and get it to you.
I need a small, very small, explosive device, just in case. But
I
don't
don't
tell
think we
anybody
need
about
an
it.
explosive device.
Trust me, Miss M. I just need something that does more show than damage. If you catch my drift. Okay.
Very well, very well. I'll get that for you in the morning, Vincent.
Yeah, the smallest, but the more punch it packs, the better. Yes.
Excellent. All right. Well, fear not, and sleep well tonight.
Alrighty, you too, my little Harry Potter.
Yes, I am from England.
Yeah. I love Star Wars.
So, Jolene, you new to the city?
I've been around. I think I'm just gonna sit out here a while. If you don't mind.
Right. Yes. No. Of course. I'll get out of your hair. Sleep well tonight.
Yeah, you too.
Damien heads to his room.
Jolene is gonna sneak the fuck out of this garden straight to her car, keys in, and really contemplate driving the fuck away.
All right. You keys in the ignition. Thomas is still out swimming, so Thomas, you might hear the sound of the engine of the car.
I'll get out, go to the. I'm assuming there's a fence over, and see Jolene, and he'll tilt his head, and he'll just open, still buck naked, just walk up to the car, just dripping wet, and just tap on the window.
And Jolene just slams her hand in frustration on the steering wheel, takes a breath, leans over, and cranks down the window.
You going anywhere?
Don't you see the whole plan, Thomas? You got a thief, you got two antiquities dealer, you got a man who doesn't even know who he is. You should be the third buyer. Think about it. Why do they need me? Y'all just need to pull off the scheme. It's not hard. Percy, Cassie, they say, this guy, Thomas, millionaire, wants to buy the statue. Load it up into the U-Haul, drive it to whoever the fuck you want to give it to, and you leave me alone. It's real simple. I don't need to be a part of any of this.
He steps back, he goes, and he steps back, revealing everything. Do I look like a millionaire to you? I mean,
all you need to do is put a suit on it, Thomas. It's not complicated.
I don't have a suit. I don't have many friends, and you said we used to be friends, and I don't know much about my past, and if you were part of it, then I kind of want to know.
We grew up in the same house, Thomas. How do you just forget stuff like that?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. And if I get this statue, Miss Reader said she would help me find out. She's already told me how to kind of work out how my dreams, how to do those. And I think you're valuable. I mean, you probably know Mr. M more than any of us. You know what he likes, what angers him, what what makes him happy. That could be valuable. Should he be there? And don't worry, you don't have to go with him if you don't want to. I'll make sure of that.
Well, that's real nice of you. Good night, Thomas. And she's gonna put her foot down on the acceleration.
Alrighty, and thanks so much to Sage Baby for the raid. Welcome in, folks. We're playing Kult Divinity Lost, and it's a horror game. It's really good fun, and we're in session 2 here, so joining in at a great time. Okay, Jolene, where are you headed?
I think she's just driving, and then she kind of realizes she doesn't particularly know where she is. And I think from that collision with Percy and Cassie's RV, like the front of the car is starting to get real hot, and there's all these warning lights coming up because her car's a piece of shit, and she crashed into the back of an RV. So she's just like trying to nurse this thing along down the block. And like next to her, still strapped in, is the coconut in the bucket.
Yep. Your phone rings. I mean, your phone rings quite a lot. This is like your original phone. You probably have a new phone now, but like your old phone rings, and it's your husband calling.
Like, she pulls the thing out of the glove compartment, and she has no idea how this thing is ringing because it was definitely dead when she put it in there. And she just like stares at this number, and like the car just kind of crawls to a halt in the middle of the street. And she'll answer it.
There's a pause, as though he wasn't expecting you to pick up. Jolene?
And she hangs back up and throws that thing in the glove compartment. And just looks around for anything to like seal the glove compartment over with.
Yeah, I mean, you like cover it with like a coat or something that you've got nearby.
Yeah.
The phone rings again.
And she's gonna try and persuade the radio to turn on and just try and drown it out. So now there's a car parked in the middle of a street with just music blaring out of it, and Jolene just like rocking backwards and forwards in that driver's seat.
Can I ask, how far did you get away?
Not very far, probably like 4 or 5 blocks before the car started giving me trouble.
If Thomas can still see the car, he's probably going to walk after it.
Yeah, you can make a. Yeah, it's gonna be a little while to catch up. If
I can't see it and it's pretty damn far, he's just gonna go back inside. Go to bed.
Okay, that's your thing, yeah. Roll Wild Magic Search. Thank you, Hermley, for giving Jolene that sweet, sweet wild magic. The D10.
I see how it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be that way. Yeah. So it's gonna be.
1, 2, 9, 6, 9, 4.
Oh, nice and high. 96, 94. Someone nearby is immune to the spell that triggered this burst. Someone nearby is immune to the spell that triggered it. Okay. Jolene, as you're like, freaking out in the car, there's suddenly a on the window pane, which startles you.
Oh, is that on my side?
Yes.
Like the driver's side?
You look up. Yeah, you look up and you see a police officer.
And she suddenly realizes she had like 5 whiskeys in the process of tonight. And she slowly cranks down the window. Well, a little car trouble. And turns down the radio.
Excuse me, ma'am. How you doing tonight?
Oh, just trying to get home, I guess. But the radiator or something's broken. There's red lights. I just stopped while it was quiet and let it cool down.
You had anything to drink tonight, ma'am?
Oh, I had one earlier. I had water afterwards. That's how you avoid the headache, I get terrible
I'm gonna need
headaches.
to see your license, ma'am.
Oh. And she goes into the glove compartment, pulls out the information.
The phone rings as you do that.
Slams the glove compartment shut. And she grabs her purse, Goes through it, pulls out some ID. I think my driving license is yeah, there.
He takes a long moment to look it over. Is everything okay, man? You seem quite distressed.
Just one of those days, you know. And I'm gonna guess my perpetual victim isn't gonna work on him.
Yeah, he's giving you a not particularly sympathetic smile as he's like smelling the alcohol on you, and he says, "Well, it looks to me like you've been driving and you've had quite a bit to drink."
Well, I guess it's a good job it's not far. But like I said, I just had the one.
Okay, well, I'm going to need to bring you down to the station and have some tests, because I think you've had a bit more than one.
All right. Sure, let's go to the station.
Okay. Just gotta call it in. And he turns and, he's on his radio for a moment, communicating with the rest of his department. Is there anything Jolene's doing at this point?
Jolene's foot is gonna push down on that accelerator again and really hope this car moves.
Oh boy. Okay. So you put your foot down and begin to make your getaway. There's got to be a move you can make here to try and get out of this. Let's see.
I know in Dungeon World it would be called like Defy Danger, but let's see.
Yeah, I guess it maybe is defying danger, isn't it?
What about act under pressure?
Sure. Yep.
Oh,
Let's have act under pressure.
let's see.
Yeah, it's not necessarily danger that you're trying to avoid. It's
Yeah, alright. So act under pressure. When you do something risky, under time pressure, or try to avoid danger, the GM will explain the consequence for what a failure is, and you roll plus coolness. Alright.
fantastic.
Let's see. Character sheet. My coolness is +1. Alright. 2d10 +1. 11. On a 10 to 14, you do it, but hesitate, are delayed, or must deal with a complication. The GM reveals an unexpected outcome, a high price, or a difficult choice.
Sweet. So, yeah, you start to pull away. The car isn't quite, it's not in great shape, and you're pretty drunk. So you get away, but it's not long as you're driving away that you see in your rearview mirror that there is a car in pursuit after you.
Alright, she wants to see if she can take kind of like a sharp turn, and she's looking for an empty driveway or some other parked cars that she can just pull in, turn off the lights, and just hide. Because she knows she can't beat another car in terms of speed, but if she can hide, hiding is good. And we're in a nice big neighborhood, mansions, nice long driveways. Just gotta find one that she can pull up.
Okay.
This is how I
I
do it.
need you to keep it together.
Okay. Is that another coolness?
It is a willpower.
Ooh, +2. I am slightly better at this. I'm exactly the same at this. 11.
Okay. You become ooh. I think you'll become scared. If you're not already scared, you're scared. It's a condition I get to put, basically, so you have -1 stability. So you pull the car into a driveway, cut off the lights and the engine as you pull around a corner, and watch as the police car races by. The sirens blare off into the distance, and you're on someone's driveway.
And she's gonna take a moment to try and like recenter herself. Then she's gonna turn back to all of her stuff, pull out a hoodie, throw that on, pick up her bucket with the coconut in, and kind of wait 10 minutes. And then she's gonna start kind of wandering back towards the house she came from, because she has nowhere else to go, and everything here is shit. And
Absolutely.
if she like sees the police or
As
anything,
you-
she's gonna just back into a garden and gonna sit and hide with her bucket and her hoodie.
Yeah. As you turn on the engine and you turn on the lights of the car, you see the house which is in front of you, and you can see in through the glass, and there's someone standing in the window, and it's your stalker.
She's gonna run with her sloshy bucket coconut. Cause that's not nice. That's not friend.
You turn and
Just leaves the
with
car door wide open, all of her
You-
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. You run down the street. You stare over. You look over your shoulder, catching a glimpse of the figure who's now moved out of the house and is slowly pursuing you on foot.
She contemplates calling out, but then realizes she really doesn't want to draw any more attention to herself, so it's just running as fast as she can with a bucket full of water and a coconut. Just running as fast as she can.
You run down the dark streets. A few streetlights are still on, and you can see the figure that's chasing you now picking up speed to a light jog. And it seems that whenever you run, that you're always falling behind, and he's getting closer and closer.
And as she hits the corner, she's gonna panic, take the coconut out of the bucket and just throw it at him to try and slow him down. Coconut is now dead to her. She has to go. She has to slow him down. And it's a heavy hard object, and she just like hefts it at him.
Yeah, you throw it behind you
Yeah.
and see that it sort of lands into your stalker's chest and sort of bounces off of it as though he were made of metal.
The bucket is discarded, and the running continues. And she'll start calling out because she's scared. She doesn't have that much control anymore. Just to leave her alone. Just over and over. Just leave me alone.
Roll me an avoid harm.
Okay, what stat is that with, Will?
Plus reflex.
Reflex +1. How about an 18?
Nice. Yeah, it's good. You run and call out, and a few houses turn their sort of outdoor lights on, and the figure stops where he's standing and melts away into the darkness, returning possibly to the home that he was in before. You're not sure. A few people are sort of called out, like, "What's going on out there?"
And she's just gonna keep going back towards the house to go and hide indoors. There's nowhere else to go.
Yeah, you head back to the house, and you don't see any more of the figure that was following you before. Has Thomas gone to bed at this point, or is he still up?
He's probably still up. He's probably just about to head to bed. He is close.
Yeah, Yeah, at this point then, you hear Jolene coming in, you hear her sort of ragged breaths as she steps back into the house.
Jolene, are you okay?
And she's gonna just throw her arms around Thomas and just sob. Kind of forgetting that he doesn't remember who she is and that he's completely naked and all of those little details that are not important to her right now.
This is possibly the first time anyone has ever hugged him that he remembers, and he's kind of very awkward, and then he eventually put his arms around her and gives her it's okay, it's all right. Come on, let's get you to bed, and good night's rest will be fine for you. and he'll lead her to her bedroom. And
she'll be like rambling nonsense about the coconut. She threw away the coconut.
I don't know what coconut you're talking about. I never saw it. We can get you another coconut. I'm sure we can ask Damien. He'll get you a coconut. Okay. We can go down the store and get it. They sell coconuts at stores, right? Yeah. Okay. We'll go down the store and get another coconut. It's fine. Do you want me to stay here with you tonight while you sleep? Make sure no one comes in.
You don't even know who I am.
So, you're scared, and, you know, if I can help, I will.
And she'll just, like, scooch up on the bed.
Is there, like, a chair?
Yeah.
In there?
It's like an office chair.
Jolene, I can stay here if you want, so you can sleep. Or I can just stay outside your door. Whichever one you want.
It'll make no difference to me.
Okay. And he'll just sit down and just... And he's going to stay up all night.
And Jolene will just, like, roll over so her back is kind of to the room. And pull the cover, like, as far up as it'll go.
Yeah. Thomas, I would like you to roll to keep it together to prevent yourself from falling asleep.
But I have drunk quite a lot and swam all night. It's gonna be like, what is it? Keep together. Willpower.
It's plus willpower, yeah.
What's my willpower? 0, so here we go. Oh dear, 4.
So, your ability to remain awake, it seems, is not totally at your control. And you find yourself drifting to sleep in the cozy chair, giving in to the strain of the day. Everyone else has gone to sleep. Cassie and Percy, have you guys gone to bed?
Well, after a while, sure.
Yeah. Cassie is gonna try to do some dreaming in her sleep.
And
Cool.
Percy just tries to get drunk enough to sleep through the nightmares, as always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I make sure to
I
give him a
wanna
good
try-
foot rub before bed too. That usually helps.
Mm-hmm.
What's that, Vincent?
I want to try. Vincent wants to try to shadow Mr. Damien to see if he does anything funny.
Sure, yeah, you can stay outside his room if you like. He goes into it and doesn't come out.
Okay. Well, after a while, Yes, you go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, like, after a while, you don't hear him inside. He's maybe already asleep. How long do you want to stay?
I want to stay for about an hour or two.
Yeah,
And if-
okay.
And if nothing out of the ordinary happens, he just goes to sleep.
Okay. So Vincent heads to bed after nothing particularly strange happens with the room that Damien's gone into. Other than the fact that he's gone into an empty room. But Thomas, you wake up the next morning. You're actually the first one to rise. You've never slept particularly well. And so you sort of, wake up. And you notice that Jolene is there, and she's still fast asleep.
Kind of looks around. I didn't fall asleep. And he'll get up and he'll go to the curtains and open them a bit so some light can come in.
Yeah.
And he's going to wait until Jolene wakes up.
Yeah, as you're waiting, there's a knock on the door. It's Damien's voice. Hello, just waking everyone up.
Yeah, Thomas,
Are we
go over
gonna-
the door, open the door. Hi, Damien.
Oh, Thomas, just a man. Breakfast? Coffee?
Oh, yes, please. Could you, like, make the breakfast for me? I didn't enjoy what I made yesterday at all.
No, that was horrific. Yes,
It was, truly
come along,
was.
we'll have something to eat here. And he brings you into the kitchen. There's some fresh coffee brewing, some fruits. It's got a continental option. Please help yourself. Help yourself. So, what did Tiffany say to you the other day? If you don't mind me intruding.
It was just to help me out with my dreams. That's all. Just to help me out.
Of course. You know, I was thinking you and me should finish up that paperwork that we started the other day.
What paperwork? Oh, to help me with.
To help you, yes, with the medication. I think was the first one that we wanted to touch on.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Well, like, what medication are you gonna give me?
Well, I was thinking some sleep medication. Firstly, just to help you get off. I understand that you have a difficult time sleeping.
I do. Yes. A very, very difficult time sleeping indeed. Yes.
Nasty business, all those nightmares you mentioned before. So, the paperwork. Just had a few other questions for you. You know, sort of basic stuff, just to put it into the system, as it were. You mentioned before something about a dream where you're falling, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and you're falling to the ground. Where are you falling from? Do you know?
It's hard to say. I just keep falling from like this darkness and then the clouds. I think from the sky. It's really hard. Will, can I use my sixth sense to? Can I use six? I think I know where this is. Can I use my
You got a
sixth
question?
sense?
Yeah. Yeah, you can use one of your
Does
questions.
let's have a look at the questions. What's the question?
You can ask if someone has good intentions towards you, the clue if you're trailing, and one other thing.
I know what I can do. Can I discover a clue to see if this is a dream?
Yeah.
Because
you
this
take
seems eerily similar to when we're in the cafe.
You take a look at the clock, and there is no time on the clock. There's no hands on the clock.
Okay. Okay. So you said that you're gonna about the drugs, the questions. Yeah, fallen. And Thomas gets up.
Falling for something.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Well, that was the big one. Is about these dreams, trying to help. Really figure them out. And
I hit him
think
with the
maybe
chair.
you smack him across the face with the chair. He falls down onto the ground. Oh, Thomas, what are you doing?
You're just a dream. Stand still. I gotta smash through the barrier. Again.
You go to smack him again, and this time he catches it with his hand. And the force that he must have in order to stop the blow is quite substantial.
Well, that's new. Would you just
I'm
stand
afraid
still?
I can't just let you do that, Thomas.
Okay. Well, I kick him.
Yeah. You give him a kick, and at that point, as you kick him one in the ribs, he stands himself up. Thomas, that's not how this goes.
I gotta get through the barrier. I think you're the barrier.
You think I'm the barrier? Well, you don't really understand anything at all, do you, Thomas?
You don't even know where you are right now.
I'm asleep. That's where I am.
Yes, you're asleep. And you're with me.
You're in my head. So, yes, and I hit him again with anything that I've got. Like a bowl. I get the fruit bowl and hit him with that.
Yeah, the bowl cracks over his head and splinters. He takes a step towards you and somewhat menacingly as well. It should be noted.
I'm with you here, Thomas, and I'm with you in your dreams every time you close your eyes. I am here.
Then get out, please.
Oh, you're going to ask me nicely, and you think I'm just going to leave?
Well, I tried violence. That didn't work. I thought I'd try asking politely. I suppose I could always go back to
He takes out
violence.
a bread knife from the block and says,
I think I'd rather saw out your tongue.
Not this time. Is there a knife near me? Or any weapon that I could grab?
certainly.
I'll grab a knife, like a butcher's knife or a kitchen knife, or
Yeah,
a
it's
bigger
kitchen
knife.
knives around.
A bigger knife. I really didn't want to do this. It gets so messy, and he goes in a defensive stance.
See, this isn't your dream, Thomas. It's mine, and I have control over it.
Only in, no, until I can, get through you. And he'll lunge forward with the knife to try and cut him.
I need you to give me a roll plus soul.
Plus soul, is it? Okay, I'm
Yes.
pretty good with soul. I've got soul. 13.
13.
And I
As you stab Damien, or whatever is before you, the blade sinks into his flesh and he barely seems to notice it. But what you do feel is something warp on the side of your vision, on your peripheral, and it's the clock. And the clock's hands suddenly appear and then disappear, as though there were a glitch. Something strange just happened there.
I continuously just keep stabbing, trying to get through, again and again and again.
The stabs into Damien's flesh, he does not seem to even recognize, and I need you to roll an avoid harm, which is a roll plus reflex.
Reflex. I think my reflex is just normal. I think it's 0. I think. Let me just double check. Oh no, it's a +1. Nice.
It's good.
13.
13.
For that 10. Oh god.
Okay. You okay, so you avoid the worst of it, but you do take you do end up in a bad spot, is what I get to say. It's cool.
Oh, brilliant.
So you stab him, and then he moves the bread knife towards your face in an attempt to saw off your tongue once again. You move away, the cut slashes across your face, but you're sort of pushed backwards by the force of his attack. And you realize that getting through him is not the is not going to work. He does not seem to mind that at all.
In that case, I'm going to go straight for the clock.
Okay, you grab the clock from the wall. What do you do with it?
Poke it with the knife. See if anything happens.
It does nothing when you poke it with a knife.
While Damien
takes a step towards you. Yeah, takes another step towards you.
Come here, where I can slice out your throat.
I'm going to run with the clock. There's no hands on it whatsoever.
No hands.
Okay, I am going to use my last... what's it called? Sixth sense as to
clue, yeah.
Get a clue on what to do here.
Yeah. You take a look at the clock, and when it has no hands, and then suddenly it seems like it warps, and then the hands appear, and the hands show the time. It's like 5 to 10. Okay, it's 9:55, and the hands are moving slowly when it appears, and it kind of flickers in and out as though it's trying to get to 10 o'clock.
Can I move the hands myself? So when they're flickering in, can I move?
Give me a roll plus soul.
Okay. Oh no. Okay, 12. Averaging out here. I'm averaging out.
It's pretty good. You grab at them when they flicker in, and the pain that you feel when you grab them is excruciating. It's like hellfire on your hands, running up your arms, all the way to your face. But you grab them and wrench them into the 10 o'clock position, and suddenly you feel the walls of the house crumbling down, and you see gaps in the floor appear, and one gap and crack runs through the floor where Damien is, and you see him fall through the floor into the air, and you can see through the cracks in the ground clouds and the air in which Damien has just fell screaming into, and all of the house is coming down now.
Right. I've gone through the barrier. I can control this. Wings! And I'm going to try and think and dream myself to have wings so I don't fall.
It's a roll plus soul.
Okay, it's just... 11. They're slowly going down. I'm getting tired.
You are. You feel the sensation of sort of weariness upon you, not only from the exertions that you felt, but also of the situation you're in, the mental strain. You find yourself looking over your shoulder, and these black wings sprout from your back. They're huge, far larger than say like an eagle's, and you find them begin to beat, and as the house collapses around you, you watch it disappear as you float upwards, and you are amongst the clouds.
Right. Does this seem sort of familiar? As in, like, this is what I see when I've had nightmares before.
The falling is just the same, except from this time you didn't fall.
I'm gonna look around then. I want to see the location I fell from, try and find it.
Yeah, you look around you and all is clouds. This sort of white mistiness engulfs you, and then suddenly you can, see through for a few seconds into the sky that's around you. There are clouds above you as well, and you suspect that wherever you came from, it was from up there.
I head up there. Well, try to anyway.
Yeah. You begin to fly upwards through the clouds, using your wings to propel yourself upwards ever higher and higher. And as you're traveling, you see and feel strange things almost passing you by. You feel something licking at your hand. You see a rust-coated ring of keys, a machine heart pulsating, a marble throne from which you once ruled, a weapon you once used to take your own life, the ashes from a scorched world, feathers from ragged angel wings, a brass, gigantic clockwork. And you realize now that you've had your eyes closed for some time now, as you were flying. You haven't really been looking at the clouds, as there's mostly sort of whiteness around you. And now you feel lost. Suddenly. Now you're out of that moment that could have been just a moment, or it could have been a lifetime. You realize maybe that there's no end to these clouds from whence you came. Maybe you were always just falling through the clouds. Maybe you didn't come from anywhere at all.
He's gonna feel actually like loss and dread. The fact that maybe he was just, this is just it. This was just fate, that he just kept falling for no reason. So he's going to kind of hover around for a bit, still kind of looking, and the longer it goes, I think the more desperate he's going to become to try and find an answer. So like he's going to dart here and there, his eyes are going to scan a lot more, just to find anything that might provide an answer.
As your desperation overwhelms you, the clouds part, and you look upon a sun, which is a blood-red sore upon an ashen-grey sky. Old women dance naked amid rusty skewers and hooks, their wrinkled bodies, hanging breasts, and aging joints moving to a jerky rhythm. Eyes, white-grey from glaucoma, stare upwards, toothless jaws hanging open. When one of them collapses from exhaustion, she is dragged towards a sacrificial bowl so she can vomit liquid gold, sizzling in the chilly air and scalding her lips. You see the liquid gold vomiting from her lips and onto a weapon, a gun. The vomit liquid coats it, forms it, molds it until it is completed. She holds the gun aloft in exaltation before finally putting the gun to her head and pulling the trigger. You wake up. You're in your bed, on the chair rather, and Jolene is asleep.
Do I remember all that?
You do.
The gun. And he's going to head on over to Jolene and kind of shake her, you know, like a kid would to another kid, just to shake her, you know, excitedly. Yeah. Jolene.
She wakes up startled and she punches him.
Oh. Ow.
Shit. Sorry.
No, that's
Ow.
fine. That's not the first.
What you want? Why are you waking me up like this?
Ow! Sorry, I saw something. I saw, you know, that the gun they have, the golden gun.
Sure.
I saw where it was. I saw in my dreams where it was. Like where?
What do you mean where it was?
where it was made. It was done by these female creatures. This woman, she vomited gold and then took the gun and then blew her brains out. Now I know that sounds weird. I know. But this is the first time I've been able to control my dreams. You know, I normally do falling, but this time I was flying. And that's where it got me. And it's gotta mean something, right? And he's like looking at you like a child looking for approval, like desperation.
I don't know, Thomas, but sure sounds like it means something.
I knew it. Oh, how are you? How are you feeling?
My head hurts and I need to go find something.
Oh, what would you like to find?
Cocoa.
The coconut. Yeah. I remember you tell. We can go find Coco, the coconut. Well, what we'll do, we'll go get some food, some breakfast, some coffee, and then we'll go find Coco.
All right.
You stay here.
You can explain to me about the golden gun.
Yes, that's right.
I'm sure the more we talk through it, the more we'll know what was real, right? That's how dreams work.
Exactly. And he'll jump off, and he'll kind of head out of the room. Yeah.
Don't wake the others. All right.
Oh, shh. Okay. And he'll go quietly out of the door and head to the kitchen to make her some coffee and God only knows what type of breakfast.
That same night, you're not the only dreamer, though. Yeah. That same night, you're not the only dreamer, Thomas, because someone else is dreaming as well. Cassie, you've gone to bed.
Yes.
You and Percy, after retrieving the gun from Damien, sitting here somewhere in the RV. You guys went to bed after a chat, and you decided to have a dream. What did you decide to dream about?
I wanted to go to the angel statue. I wanted to check that out. Because so many people want this. And I know it's a being and not a statue. I want to see what I see in my dreams about it.
Yeah.
So, you roll that plus soul.
Is there a roll you need to make for this? Yeah, plus soul?
There is.
Cool.
I need to roll plus soul. 15! Yes! Okay, so on a 15 plus, I meet the intended person or arrive at the specific place. Because you can meet people or good places. So, go to the statue.
Absolutely. You dream and think on the statue, the angel that you saw only hours ago. And as you close your eyes and try to focus on that with the power of the Inheritor within you, you see something before you in your dream. You see rusting industries where ageless beasts have dug their dens and adorned them with bones and broken altars. Hungry children wander, walking over slivers and shards with tattered feet. They bleed from every wound, and their skin resembles old parchment. Bliss and biblical truths seep from them up towards a sky filled with an eternity of stars. Every sacred stanza makes the stars flow and churn as they dance to the Creator's will. Those who wander here without stigmata or blood sacrifices for whatever god or cosmos exists here, awakens the beasts which slumber with their heads buried in their clawed hands. You continue, and you see the god of this place. The statue, the angel. Not a statue here, but very real and alive, breathing creature. The woman with blood bleeding from her eyes in a throne, which she now rules. As you look towards her, she looks almost as though she is decaying, turning into stone within the very chair in which she seats. And then her eyes flicker up to your own, and as you stare into them, you see the power to drown 1,000 worlds, to devour countrysides. An imperceptible wind approaches and your eyes are locked with hers. You see pain, misery, torment, all of the miseries of the world and more. Suddenly you awaken. And as you do, you realize that you're holding the gun to your head and that the finger is on the trigger. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session of Kult Divinity Lost. Ooh-wee. Fun times for all of us. Fun dreams. Fun dreams. And some not so fun ones. Boy, that was a fun episode. Learned a lot more about our characters and learned a little bit more about what's going on here in the city with Tiffany Reader and Mr. Magnolia. Let's go around the cast and the crew here in a second. Oh, in fact, we'll do our little XP stuff here as well before we wrap up. If you guys watching enjoyed the show, let us know. And you can join us here every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, live here on our channel or on YouTube. Catch up there as well there after the fact. There'll also be a podcast version releasing shortly too for your listening pleasure. So let's just quickly do the XP stuff here. And quickly go around. So does anyone feel as though they have completed one of their dramatic hooks?
I feel I've completed 2.
Okay,
Wow.
Oh boy. Okay, Jolene, what are the hooks that you've completed today?
So I have revealed the truth to Donna
You have.
about who I am. And I also asked for help from an unlikely source. And I'm looking at Cassandra for this because first of all, wasn't entirely unlikely. Nor was Damien. But Cassie Sue was definitely an unlikely source.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
I'm
think
sorry
that's
to say I did
definitely
both
an
of
issue.
those.
Thomas, achieve.
So mine was to speak to Jolene about past, so I attempted to do that. She kind of shrugged me off, but and also the sub aim was to take a shower. I went in the pool. I'm counting that as the sub aim.
So I told you
and I had
to
the second one was to find something to help with the nightmares, which he did by breaking through the barrier and controlling.
Yep. Definitely that one. Oh, no, did you? I had down uncover your connection with Jolene.
Oh, I just did speak
Thomas-
to Jolene about past.
Yeah, I think uncovering the
So I got
the truth of that connection is the
Let
is the
me
hook there. Yeah.
let me.
So I think one of them for
You
Thomas
did
for sure.
tell
Well,
him that we grew up in a house together.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think you did then.
Unless you want more detail
We
with
can
that.
always expand on it.
Yeah, I think uncovering the truth of it is probably a little bit more complicated.
Okay.
So I think there's a bit more for us to dig for that hook. But next session for sure. Any other hooks that we think we've achieved? All right. Good. Then we can ask ourselves these questions. Have we discovered anything new about the truth today? Yes, definitely. We've learned.
Okay,
we've
yeah.
learned a fair bit about the truth today. Have we learned anything new about our characters? That's a good question.
I think I've learned anything new about Jolene this week. I think everything was what I already knew about her.
Yeah.
I think I learned that Vincent distrusts other people more than I expected.
Certainly, he's got a healthy distrust.
Yeah, and he's got that plan B. Sorry.
It's always good to have plan B.
Got to have plan B.
I was going to say probably I learned Thomas is probably more connected soul-wise than I originally thought. As in, with the with the gun, and then connecting it to Cassandra's dream as well with the gun. That's not coincidence. That's
right.
That's purposeful. So he's I don't know how to put it. I was going to say like he's touched, but it doesn't really make sense. If you know what I mean. He's kind of
sure.
He's got.
He figured out that he can
got
control his dreams. That's definitely something we discovered about
true.
Thomas.
Yeah,
That he has some amount of control over the dream.
And he's
stuff.
real determined
So
about it as well. You kept going, stabbing Damien.
Yeah, he
he's
said
been
a lot
having
of people.
nightmares for a long time.
I think
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd learned anything new, but I think I did learn that Cassie, Sue, and Percy are more willing to double and triple cross people than I had originally thought they would be. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just fuck them. It's fine.
I think
not-
I've learned that they've got more balls than I originally thought that they had. The fact that they're willing to triple cross some ridiculously powerful creatures is
Yeah.
We've
a lot
met
of
powerful
fun.
creatures.
We've met,
yeah.
we've met powerful creatures.
Yeah. Well, we also
Yeah.
learned about the Inheritor today as well, which
Yeah,
is
we
about
did learn
Cassian,
some more.
first of all. Like, we met the voice of the Inheritor. We met that relationship that, like, Percy has with it as well.
And Percy also tried to empathize a bit with Thomas over the whole bearing of nightmares and things like that.
Mhm.
Yep.
We should
That's a
start
big
next
step
session.
So
for
that's definitely 2 for 2. And have we challenged ourselves today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I tried to
I'd
be
say so.
nice to
Yeah.
Jolene. That was a challenge.
That was challenging.
Yeah.
The
Percy
jazz
didn't.
section trying to keep a straight face. That was challenging.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Percy.
was
Percy did keep it in his pants there, so I mean that was pretty challenging. So
That was, yeah. Perfect.
And I'm
Okay. So
double crossing Mr. M. So yeah.
that's right. Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's free XP. Once you have 5 XP, you can take advancements. We can do it off screen. We can look
yeah.
those up to take you different
Right.
advancements for your character, to give increasing attributes, additional advantages, that kind of stuff. I think it will depend on your quote-unquote class.
So how
that's
much
cool.
XP do we get? So did we get 3?
So for each,
3.
yes, you got 3 for that one, and if you completed a dramatic hook, you get an additional XP as well.
So once I got 4. Ooh, I'm on 8.
Yeah, it's additional
Oh,
to last
6.
weeks as well. So yeah.
I'm on 8.
now, would you say that I have already gotten over on someone, or I'm planning to? I have definitely picked a side, so I got that one out of the way.
Oh yeah, I guess we did pick
Yeah,
a
you picked a
side.
side.
We were like, all right. We were like, okay, no, just kidding. Fuck y'all. Inheritor forever.
Yeah, the 2 of you definitely
BFF
picked a
for life.
side.
Okay.
So I think you're yet to get one over on someone, in a meaningful sort of revenge way. But yeah, I think that's undoubtedly on its way. Okay. So, and Vincent's definitely be able to investigate this object of the occult, seeing as you definitely have some kind of weird fucking gun thing going for next week. But we do, let's quickly, before you guys can spend XP in between this session, but we should, while we're still fresh on it, think of our dramatic hooks for next week as well. So we need 2 for Jolene, and these so we'll start with Jolene. What's a good dramatic hook for Jolene at this point? I want her to learn more about her stalker.
Yeah.
I think so. I was
Yeah.
tempted to have her turn around and like confront him, but then she was already scared, so I was like, no, she's got too much,
Yeah.
it's too overwhelming, she's gonna run.
Yeah, it's definitely something
But
she
yeah,
can-
I
she can-
think definitely. I think like in going to go and get Coco, I think she's actually gonna go further and she wants to go back towards that house to where her car is. And that is like very much
Okay.
like beasting that stalker because he was in that house.
Let's
Which is
have
a
it
really
like
creepy
investigate.
coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah,
Investigate
investigate
the
her stalker. Yeah, I like that as one. She needs a second one. Avoid the police. I definitely have her.
Oh yeah, avoid the police.
Yeah.
What about
lower-
if that
lower-
phone-
Lower your.
what about if the phone is still ringing?
Lower
Speak
your
to Joe.
standards.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nasty.
speak to Joe.
I was gonna say
Pick
you
up
need
the
to lower,
phone.
lower your star rating.
I like that one. Investigate a stalker and pick up the phone if Joe calls. Okay, we need one hook for Cassie as well, Cassie Sue. Just to complete a task for the Inheritor still.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly...
Slap Percival now.
I think
the things we want her to do.
I think a challenge for Cassie would be to genuinely help someone.
Ooh.
Help someone.
Other than Percival.
Other than Percival and the Inheritor.
Yeah. And herself. Those are the
Something
big
kind
three.
of selfless.
Yeah.
I mean, is that
selfless
out of
act.
character, though? I mean, you can't give him something.
It's a challenge, right? It's a goal. Some of these things are not things our characters want to do.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let's see. Thomas needs 2 more.
Oh no, I got one because there's still.
You got one.
I still got one. Uncover the truth.
Oh, you're
behind,
right.
You know,
Uncover the
proper
truth,
one. Yeah. I need one.
I think he needs to. Maybe he should confront Damien because he keeps seeing Damien in his dreams and it hasn't been
That's
mentioned to
stupid.
him.
Yeah, I'm gonna confront Damien.
Yeah.
I keep seeing you in my dreams, fool.
We're just meant to be together.
I'm dreaming about you.
I confronted you last night, and now I confront you this morning.
I'm gonna make sure there's a chair nearby.
I love that so much.
And a
I
clock.
like it.
Beat it up.
And a clock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we just need one for Percy, I think.
Yeah, we still have getting one over, pulling a bait and switch. So that's for tomorrow. So since we did Cassie's dream at the end here, can we start with Percival's nightmare from the same night next session?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's been thinking an awful lot about the fact that like the Inheritor's he's never known about the Inheritor calling Cassandra. And so that's going to gnaw at him a little bit. The fact that there's another man that is calling the shots for her. And so there's a bit of like, he's just kind of like a little pissed off that. And so, I was going to say something to do with the Inheritor, like maybe not confront, but like.
Well, maybe not confront the Inheritor, but confront Cassie because she's the one who knows about him.
Cassie about the Inheritor.
So you
I know
know
exactly. And so he's never really cared to find out before now. So maybe after this nightmare, who knows?
Like get some answers about the Inheritor and Cassie's relationship.
Because he has the nightmares, so I can have the dreams, so I don't have to deal with it.
So you got to make it bad, Will, because it's got to be something really bad for Percival to confront Cassie. So it's got to be horrific.
Well, I mean,
Well, I was going to tell you.
Could
I had an idea for what he has nightmares about. It's always something that he wants to do. Like it's a buffet, or it's like going to get he's got to go to the dentist, or he's got to go do something. It's always something that he's like, I have to go do this, and then in the middle of it, that's when things start turning odd. Dimensions start messing, like whatever. Like he's eating, but more food keeps going in his throat, and he starts expanding. It's always something that it's always more than he hoped for.
Is Cassie Sue and the Inheritor riding butt naked on that train set? Just round and round.
That is like his worst nightmare.
She's the judge at the auction, and the Inheritor wins the train set.
They ride on your little
that's low.
And as a bonus for the train set, you get me too. Oh no!
Amazing.
Oh, God.
Well, those are our dramatic hooks for next week, ladies and gentlemen. So we have something to look forward to that next time, Wednesday at 2. Later on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have the little busters back. But not so little anymore, actually. So tune in then for some more. But let's go around to cast and crew tonight. Did we enjoy ourselves? Firstly, where can we find you online? Let's start in reverse order. So, Sam, how was that for you, my friend, and where can we find you online?
Oh, this was just awesome. I mean, the dream sequence were just so good, and you guys are a joy to roleplay with. That came out wrong, huh? Anyway, I'm Sam Araya. You can find me at Twitter at Paintagram, Instagram at Sam Araya Art, and you can see my artwork at arayaart.com. I also got a Patreon at arayaart as well. And I'm really looking forward for next week because the dramatic hooks on my character, I knew they were going to be a slow burn, but I got the feeling that we're getting closer.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Cannot wait to dig in more to some of Vincent's crystal stuff. And I like that he's been following Damien around, because there's definitely something strange going on in that room that he's gonna figure out soon, I think. Awesome.
Yeah,
Pruitt, how was that tonight for yourself and for everyone's favorite boomer?
I don't even know what to say about this fucking character. This is so I'm exercising so much shit from my past. It's just like I'm letting it go, letting it flow down the river of life. No, I absolutely love this. This game is fun. This crew is a absolute fucking riot. I can't wait to see how bad this plane goes off next week, because as we all know, no plane survives contact with the enemy. So we'll see, but I'm loving it. I am Pruitt, one half of WebDM. You can find our videos on YouTube every Wednesday. I believe our video today was on goblins, so if you want to check out a little gobbo action, go ahead and check it out over there. We also have games Tuesday and Thursday on Twitch, and I will be here on Friday with the return of Dread. And if you'll allow me, hang on a second. I wanted to give a bit of a preview to those because I had a little work done on the helmet. So now it is a full judge's helmet with some nice scarring action. We got some bullet ricochets. So I can't wait to reprise the role of Judge Kane and see how everything's all fucked up since I've been gone. Anyway.
Yeah, they were talking last session about, oh god, what happens when Judge Kane gets back? We fucked up everything. Oh boy. But Tom, how's that tonight for you and other Tom that you play?
It was really good. That was really good. I think I'm getting to grips with the system. I'm glad that we started using the rolling a bit more. We're getting into the system again. We've just started using it, so it's going to take a bit of time for us to get into. But I'm really enjoying it because it really does encourage the role play. And like I think someone said in chat, they liked that there were successes, but there's a but at the end of it, and I quite like that. A lot of games are just like success, everything works, yay! But I like the idea of there's a little wiggle room for the game master to kind of just add that little bit of flavor, so it's not all awesome. I'm enjoying playing Thomas. He is a absolutely balmy character. I like how he just doesn't care for a lot. So I've never played a character that something's in front, stab it, just keep going. Okay, that didn't work. All right, try something else. Straight, just very simple minded, straight to the thing. So A to B, the quickest way. So it was quite liberating. But overall, a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to learning more about Thomas and all that. I myself am Thomas, or Redundant UK. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch. After the fire tomorrow on RPG Webby, 9 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Charlie. I always forget that. For some top quality Game of Thrones action. I'm not on it tomorrow, but a certain someone is. Charlie. Yeah, there you go. But that's it. I'll see you next week. I know, right? I can never get it.
It's her. Yeah. Fantastic. Lindy, how's that tonight for you and Cassie Sue?
Super duper fun. Poor Cassie. She's something special, and I have a blast playing her. I loved the horticulturist comment earlier. Just beat up any man who calls you that. It just tickled me. Percy is such a horrible person, and he gives her so much shit. But then he's like, oh no, I have nightmares. She's leaving me for another man. It just tickles me. Just the whole everyone's dynamics with each other. Like, man, that hobo probably needs a shower. Gosh, this really pretty woman, and I just love the character relationship dynamics right now, and I can't wait to see how that develops further in the coming weeks, especially now that we got some cool dream stuff going on. But yeah, you can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. I play and GM a lot of games. Call of Cthulhu right here on Tuesdays. You can find me on from 5 to 8 Eastern. They're about to fight a bunch of Nazis in Antarctica, so that'll be fun. mass ritual sacrifice. It's gonna be a blast. And tonight on May Black Roses Bloom on Tales from the Grim, so come check that out. And for just regular Ravenloft spooky stuff on my channel.
Fantastic. And last but not least, Charlie, how was that tonight for you and
Yeah.
Jolene?
That was a lot of fun, and I apologize for the minor derail as I got in the car and tried to drive away. I didn't intend for her to get very far, and she didn't, so that worked out pretty well. That was so much fun, and just echoing what everyone else has said, this has been so cool to see everyone develop, to get to use the system more, and to do the classic thing when groups make plans and make the worst possible plan we could in the most convoluted way we could. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works out for all the parties involved. I am at Frost and Fire on the Twitters and just about everywhere else. As has been mentioned, tonight coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern, Tales from the Grim, May Black Roses Bloom mid-season finale. I'm involved, Lindy's involved. It's a really great crew. Very excited for that. Tomorrow, after the fire, some good Game of Thrones RPG stuff. And yeah, I'm back on Encounter Roleplay on Monday with Inquisitor, our 40k Universe Mutants and Masterminds game in the 2 p.m. slot. So come and check that out if you like a bit of that goodness too. And thanks, Will, for Dreams.
Fantastic.
Dreams and horror games are my favorite thing, and they were awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, the one thing that we never got to do with Call of Cthulhu was too much Dreamland stuff. We're going to touch on it a while ago on the horror on the Orient Express, I suppose, years ago now, and the Kult Dream stuff is like super fucky, and a whole load of fun to mess with. So looking forward to seeing what dreams we have next week, or what nightmares as they may all be for Percy. But as for me, stick around at 8 o'clock tonight. Little Busters are back, and there are plenty of things from the flood coming at them. Moody teenage Little Busters now, which is a whole lot of fun to watch. So check those guys out later today. Other than that, you can follow me on Twitter. Yeah, if you find your way here, you can find your way to my Twitter on your own. You're an adult. I believe in you. You can do it.
Go support the
Alright, guys.
GoFundMe.
There's a GoFundMe, which is for immigration stuff. Which is coming to a close. It's incredibly stressful at the moment, but we just got like 2 out of some amount of big check marks, like rubber stamped by the US visa government. So that's really good news. But more things to come and interviews down the road and stuff like that. So the interview got moved from London to Montreal, which was a thing. So now I'm doing it here in Canada. I'm staying in Canada now for a little while. So yeah, we're hopefully, fingers crossed, all's well there. I'll drop a link to GoFundMe in case you want to go support it, because fuck me, it's expensive to move country and hire lawyers to do it all for you. It's a mess. But we're going to be back next week for more Cult Divinity Lost. Until next time, my friends, sweet dreams, and try not to throw too many now-ons. We want to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye.